that, welcome back to Quelmar, everybody. It is Playtest Tuesday, which is a brand new thing we just invented.
Happens every Tuesday. You all know and love it.
Playtest Tuesday.
Our long-standing tradition of Playtest Tuesdays.
Play.
We're going to be playtesting a brand new one-page RPG, actually two-page RPG, but I'm sure it'll be condensed in time. I'm sure all one-page RPGs start as five-page RPGs, and then slowly we take out the crud, and it becomes the beautiful one-page RPG we want it to be. I'm talking too much. Rose, do you want to go ahead and tell us what the game is?
This is a game called Too Many Heads. In this game, every player plays one head on a multi-headed being. That's the game.
Great.
Oh, I can read the description. There's a whole. You are one of many heads that share a body. Your multitude makes you powerful, but it also poses obstacles. You could take over the world if your fellow heads would just listen.
Exactly right. So we've got 5 players today who will be the heads on said body. We've got well, let's just introduce them. Why not? Let's start over with Craig. Tell us about yourself and your history with Quelmar.
I'm Craig. I play Quelmar games. You'd probably know me as Beast in everyone's favorite Twitch campaign. Other than that, I've hopped in some games here and there. Anyone following Secondary Hearts knows me as Vaith, obviously the cutest one of all. And now I'm going to be a head.
What kind of head? We will find out. Yeah, sorry. I did see somebody said something about an echo. I just want to check up on that. Is there an echo? Let me see. Testing echo. Let's see what the audience says.
If there is one, it might be coming from me.
The audience says who is Craig.
Oh, you don't have headphones?
You want to go get them?
It's fixed. I think it's fixed.
Oh, okay, great, cool. Then in that case, let's move on. We've got 2 Roses on the board here because Rose grabbed the wrong link. Let's give you the right name there. Rachel, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and your history with Quelmar and or multi-headed creatures?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Rachel. I have to admit I have no experience with multi-headed creatures.
That's a lie.
Except for maybe Tiamat. And
was inspired by Tiamat.
Oh, okay. And I have, I guess, a pretty long history with Quelmar. I originally played 7, one of the original Warforged who founded Skynet in the Tales of Tabletop campaign. I played Cricket, who in Satsa Inc., and Roha in the Oathwielders, and Edna in the Ancients Alive campaign. But I haven't played recently, basically since the pandemic started. So I'm ready to play again as a mysterious head.
Yeah, and this is your first time on stream, right, Rachel?
Yeah, it is.
Wow.
Hey.
Nicely. Congratulations.
You can catch me in the chat as E3va.
All right, Rose, inventor of said game. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself real quick?
Hi, everyone. I'm Rose. I'm a player and game master. I'm a veteran of Quelmar, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm an old timer.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. That's good. Well, I don't want to hear anything else. That's it. Nothing more out of you. Sean, this is Sean's first time on stream as well. Sean, if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself.
Well, hi there, James. Long-time viewer, first-time caller here. I'm here to play a head on a multi-leveled or multi-headed being. I have no idea what's going on. I was roped into this by Rose. She just stole me off the street, and now I'm doing stuff.
That is the perfect introduction. Thank you so much, Sean. That is, I think,
Love you, Rose.
Encapsulates how we all feel about this.
Whoa!
And Tyler, last but not least.
I'm just glad that we were the ones who bullied Rose into letting us play this tonight, and now we're all shitting on her.
Hey, I had nothing to do with that.
I'm Tyler. You may know me as T-Spur 98 on Twitch, or I Heart JJR on Twitch, or Sex God JJR on Twitch. Like, stream, subscribe if you want more Sex God JJR content. Yeah, happy to be ahead tonight. We'll see how this goes. Didn't know that drawing was a component. Not real thrilled about that because I'm the opposite of a drawer. So yeah, looking forward to it. Really, really excited to be here.
I'm so glad you brought that up, Tyler. Let's go ahead and bring up our game screen here. So what we've got today, ladies and gentlemen, is a little different than the typical Foundry, Roll20, Arkenforge, whatever you want to use. This is just a whiteboard. We've all hooked into a whiteboard. We're all going to share the love of drawing together. I'm going to go ahead and erase that thing right there that says JJR is Bay. I don't think that is relevant to our game, but thank you. Much appreciated. And I hope that's a tree at the bottom. Yeah, I think that's a tree.
It's a tree. It's Isaac Newton getting hit by an apple.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a tree. We didn't give Kelsey access to the whiteboard. We know it's a tree.
No, I was just told that Kelsey
Also,
likes physics, so I put physics. All of it.
All the physics is
All
yes.
physics.
All the physics is represented there.
In just that one picture.
I'm going to scroll up and away from the doodles. So, Too Many Heads. Rose gave a quick introduction what Too Many Heads is. It's a game where I am going to be running these 5 wonderful players through a number of trials, which will take them through an adventure, I guess. I haven't, I'll admit, I've barely looked at the rules, and that's okay, because that's part of the fun. Let me just look. Okay, so
I
rules.
also have
So
to look at the rules.
character ability. That's
Think
okay. Let
who's
me
next?
pull up the rules for our friends at home watching. So here's Too Many Heads. Basically, the idea is they are going to build a character. So let's start with building a character first. I think before we get anything else underway, let's figure out what the hell we are. So let's get some character building music going.
It's like making a me.
I'm jamming.
But instead, it's just a head.
All right, so I will hand this over to you guys. We're going to go through these one by one. Do you guys have the thing pulled up in front of you, or do you need me to send you a link?
I got the thing.
I got
Cool,
it.
you got
the
it.
thing.
Then in that case, let's just go ahead. If you don't already have a piece of paper and pencil in front of you, I recommend go ahead and grabbing something to write down your traits and your features with. And we'll start, whoever wants to take lead, let's just go around in a circle and pick 2 positive personality traits for each head.
I have some. I already
Go
chose
for
some.
it.
If that's okay with you guys.
Yeah.
I really
Well,
don't. But
Depends on
I
which
want
ones
to
you
be-
picked, but sure.
optimistic and encouraging.
Aw, that's wholesome.
This is very familiar. I put this music at the top of podcasts often.
I went with
Do you love that Incompetech music?
I went
Yup.
with
Stand it.
capable and cultured. Is that okay with everybody?
Mhm.
Capable and cultured? Okay.
I was thinking adventurous and observant.
Ooh.
I think I'm going to go with sociable and valiant.
Okay,
Fancy.
I will be persistent. No, I'm sorry, dutiful and precise.
Okay, now that we've all got positive traits for our heads, let's go ahead and pick the traits that make this game the fun that it is, and that's going to be our negative traits. So let's go ahead, same order. If you want to go ahead and take a look at the list, we can pick out the 2 things that make you negative.
I would like to be finicky. I don't know
And?
what else, but I know I want to be finicky.
I'll be obnoxious and sarcastic.
I went with lazy and stingy.
I think I'll go with arrogant and probably dishonest. That sounds fun.
I was thinking vulgar because I'll probably swear regardless. And self-centered.
I will also be sullen.
Oh,
And sullen. All right, so we've got our dwarves here: the self-centered, vulgar one, the dishonest, arrogant one, the sullen, finicky one, the sarcastic, obnoxious one, and the stingy, lazy one. The next step is going to be to pick a body. So, looking at that list, players, once again, let's figure out what kind of body do we want. We've got a couple of interesting options. We can obviously be, a dragon like Tiamat, or a big beast like a multi-headed Etten, you might say. But then we've also got some other options. We've got swarm, robot, just your average guy, and of course my favorite, what body, which to me reads as just 5 disembodied heads rolling around together, like an execute.
I kind of like 5 disembodied heads in jars, all connected by an electronic tether, like the
head of
stretchy
Nixon?
rope. Yes.
like Futurama style?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I'll allow it. That's
I
awesome.
was gonna say,
Like
I want either that or all of us on James's body.
Yes.
Oh. I like that.
Maybe we're 5 jars on James's body.
Well, it definitely sounds like we want to settle for jars. So we'll go
I think
ahead
we're pretty
and
settled
put
into James's
ourselves.
body as well.
Is James also there?
Yeah, but he's unrelated.
Okay.
James's head doesn't do anything.
All right, I'm only going to put us on my body if it's a unanimous vote. Okay, fine.
Yeah, I'll go for that.
You're the body of Agnew, but it's the body of Ruth.
Okay. I don't know what 5 heads on one body looks like, but I'm going to create this little guy here. It's going to look something like that.
But your head is also here. It's just not like part of our.
Yeah. Your head's there.
Oh,
but
my head is there. It's not
you're
just my body.
You're just not
Maybe
part
it-
of the.
There we go.
Maybe it's like a
Okay.
framework coming out of the back and over the shoulders sort of deal.
Like a
Oh,
Doc
I like
Ock
the,
that
I
you
like
can
the,
hold
I like
that
the Doc
head.
Cock. Yeah. That's what we're going to do.
Oh, it's
Or
gone.
you're in the stomach like Krang or something like that.
Yes.
Is he just hunched over? Just crawls around.
It needs a baseball cap, guys.
I'm going with the
Yes.
Doc Ock look. So there will be this back harness which
Marvel
carries
baseball
all
hat.
5 of you.
Dinosaur pajama pants.
This is a lot.
All right, there's our player character. This is what you guys wanted. How you feeling, Rose?
I don't know.
Is this what you envisioned?
What you hath wrought.
So what do we? Let me see. Do we pick names yet?
Do we ever pick names?
It doesn't
We
say.
it doesn't say to pick.
Our name is
names.
James.
We're just James.
We're
All
individually called
aspects of James, like aspects of Tiamat.
All right, let's pick a lair. Let's give this drawing a background. What are you guys thinking lair wise?
I'm curious to see what a sky cave would look like with this configuration. Are we just like on a helicarrier?
I mean, if
I mean,
James had his
is
wish,
currently
yes.
in a basement.
Or that's what I was thinking. Like, could it not just be
A
like,
server room somewhere.
yeah, or like a D&D room somewhere? Like,
Just put a dragon head on the wall and call it good.
We've got a few options. Okay, Sky Cave was thrown out. a dungeon, like a game master's dungeon, was thrown out.
A basement.
Yeah, just your actual
Right.
basement.
Synonymous with game master dungeon, sure.
Yeah.
I like the helicarrier. I like the Sky Cave remixed to a Marvel. It seems fitting for James.
Okay.
What does a sky cave normally do?
A cave
Yeah,
in the
Rose,
sky.
what is a sky cave?
Like a cave in the sky.
Oh, okay.
Duh.
So-
Meg.
Or is it more like the Giant's house from Jack and the Beanstalk?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Okay.
Just like a cave inside a cloud or something.
Yeah.
Oh,
Or like a
Cloud
really,
Cave.
really, really, really tall mountain.
Uh-huh.
So yes, standing on a bunch of butts. Oh, there's the rest of it. Butts,
All right.
butts.
There's your sky cave.
Nice. That's some artwork.
It sure is.
There we go.
We've got our lair. We've got our personality traits, our body, and now the. Oh, we need to pick what we're protecting as well. But yes, you're right. Physical abilities. Let's circle back around to physical abilities and let's pop something in the sky cave. What are the Jameses protecting?
Hmm.
I'm gonna
You
roll.
could go traditional, like Jack and the Beanstalk. They've got gold.
Oh, this is vague. Something of immense personal value. I should be taking.
Is it-
Gary
is it-
Gygax.
James's miniature collection.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I was like, or is it just Gygax like sitting in the back?
It could be
What?
dinner that just happens to be people, and dinner is
Gary Gygax.
Gygax.
It's the script. It's the script to Winter Soldier and Falcon.
All right. We've got 4 or 5 options now. We should settle on one. I'm not going to throw all those in there, but you, the Jameses, not me, Game Master James. What is you as a collective? What do you value? Being
Well, you're-
disembodied heads on a backpack contraption.
You're asking us for a lot of cooperation for heads that don't get along.
I believe it is. I believe it is dinner of some kind. It's food. We all
Okay.
appreciate food.
We can start with that dinner. And what is on this
Is
plate?
Is it like a dinner that we've made for a special occasion?
Oh yeah, it's a holiday.
Is
food.
Gary Gygax coming to dinner?
Gary Gygax is coming to dinner and we've made his favorite meal. Tomato
Tell
soup.
me what's
What's
your
his
favorite
favorite
meal?
meal?
Okay. Let's stop here for a second. What is this? No.
You can add pictures.
No one told me you could add
Make it the right size and put it on the body.
Is there a way to crop it?
Oh God.
He's so cute.
He surprised me there. Thanks.
Fucking cute. Kelsey, I always have that. It's on my desktop.
Sean, what was your recommendation? Gary Gygax's favorite meal?
I'm thinking tomato soup.
Tomato soup.
Yeah.
You know what? Also a favorite meal of me. So
It's simple. It's delicious.
convenient.
It's soup.
It's soup.
Is it magic?
Well,
Nope,
obviously.
It's soup.
Well, soup is always magic.
No more so than
all right.
usual.
So
Orange vanilla
Gary
Coke.
Gygax will be here at our fort in the sky, and someone give me a D8. Let's roll a D8 and figure out how many hours until Gary Gygax arrives.
Sixes. Oh.
I have enough dice.
5.
All right. So in 5 hours, our friend, the one and only Gary Gygax. I'll put him over here on the side. He will be here.
Okay. Draw. All
I'm
right.
very sad at whoever deleted that photo. Just saying.
It was an
What's
accident.
funny?
I was trying to use the eraser to crop it, but it just deleted it.
Oh, don't worry. I'll bring it back.
Okay, thank you.
All right, we have 5 hours. In Blades in the Dark terms, that means we have a 5-sided clock. No.
Get the clock going.
So,
That's
in those 5 hours before Gary Gygax arrives, we do need to figure out what are each of these Vat Heads' special powers. I'll pull up that list one more time. So as you can see, there's a list of unique physical abilities. These are unique, so everybody should pick one very special and unique power that their head is capable.
I rolled a d10, and I ended up with extra powerful hearing aids.
I got the softest cheeks.
I got bad breath.
Okay, so I will go with extra powerful hearing aids.
That's what Sean's got.
Yeah.
I already got
Wait,
extra
sorry.
hearing aids.
It's not unique, Tyler. I said one thing.
Sorry.
I said it's gotta be
I'm
unique.
focused on finding the picture of you as a Cub
I
Scout.
knew it. That's
Again.
why I'm yelling at you, because I can see you're trying to pull it up again.
Okay, I'm gonna go with some kind of tongue action.
Okay.
What a phrase, Rose. What a phrase.
Some kind.
I'm a
Tongue
wordsmith, I
action.
tell you what.
I'm going with some cool shades.
I love it.
There we go. He's back. He's back, everybody.
And
Don't worry.
cool shades. All right, that's everybody, I believe. And so let's just double check your sheet here that I've only just started to look at. So your heads they got powers, they got personality traits. Your body is all set up. Your lair is all beautiful. We are protecting a dinner that we will be making for Gary Gygax when he arrives in 5 hours. And now the relationships. Now comes the fun part. So each of you gets to pick a head that you are not friendly with and a head that you are friendly with. So a best friend and a rival. Let's start with Sean. Sean, I'd love to hear who's your rival and who's your friend in this team.
Well, I think I've gotta be not so friendly with the sarcastic, obnoxious one, because they'll probably call me out on being dishonest. But I'm gonna be friends with the self-centered, vulgar one, because I think they'll let me get away with my BS.
That's fair, yeah.
All right, so that means Rachel and... Oh, no, that's Tyler. So Rachel and Sean are going to be rivals, and then Craig and Sean are best friends. There you guys are. Okay. All right, then let's pop over to Craig, since Craig is Sean's best friend. Craig, who's your rival and who's your bestie?
I think Tyler seems to be getting me with what that tongue do. So I think he might be my bestie here. In terms of my rival, I guess it's Rachel. Oh wait, no, Rose. The sullen finicky one. So it's not the same.
Yeah, sullen finicky. That's going to be Rose.
I'm not sure why, but I didn't want to pick the same one. Maybe I can just smell that breath over here, and I'm like, it's distracting people from me, and I don't appreciate that very much.
All right, Tyler. I don't know if we lost Tyler, if he's trying to set something up. I saw his feed sort of disappeared there. Let me check. Oop. He's back. He's back. Tyler, so Craig has just picked you as the head that he is friendly with. So why don't we jump over to you and you tell us which head you are friendly with and which one is your rival.
Okay, I am definitely going to be friendly with Rose, sullen, and finicky, because sullen definitely goes with lazy, I guess. I don't know. And I think my rival is going to be Probs Rachel. Probs Rachel.
All right, I'll take that. So Rose, you are besties with
Who's rivaled with who for me to always disagree with Sean?
All right.
Because there's not as many people.
Look,
So like,
Sure.
you don't
'cause
have
if
to not
you're-
like me.
if you're someone's BFF,
I'm the best.
but they don't like you, is it like a submissive relationship, or like how does that work?
Have you ever had a frenemy? No.
Have you ever had
No.
just a bad.
I don't
friend?
even have friends, Rose. How could I have a frenemy?
I remember high school. So in that case, let's jump
No, I
to.
will say in the rules it says somebody that you always agree with, right? And then the
Yes.
other one says somebody that you never get along with, which it could mean that person can always agree with you and you can still hate them.
Okay.
It's true. It doesn't say agree and disagree. It just says agree and get along. So they're sort of two different ideas. So in that case, Tyler and Rose can both be friends and enemies. And Rachel, I think you're the last one who needs to go. Rachel, if you want to tell us who you always agree with and who you don't always necessarily get along with.
I'll always agree with Rose, just to add a new connection in there. And I'll never agree with, who am I not connected to? Craig.
All right. So let's take a look here. So the rules say you pick one of the heads that you always agree with. So looking at a quick mapping here, Craig is always going to agree with Tyler. Tyler is always going to agree with Rose. Rose is always going to agree, or Rachel is always going to agree with Rose as well. And Sean is always going to agree with Craig. Okay. So, Rose, you do make it out on top of that hierarchy. So, whatever you decide,
What does
Tyler
that
will
mean?
agree with, so Sean and Craig will agree with. And also, Rachel agrees with
But-
you.
But
So,
if
Rose,
Rachel, but if Rachel agrees, I disagree.
And wait,
not necessarily. So, you don't get along with Rachel.
Yeah, I
But
don't
it
get
doesn't
along
s-
with Rachel.
Yeah, that's true. So you can choose not to agree with Rachel, but the game does not bond you. So here's playtest discovery number 1. If everybody choose to always agree with someone, a chain can be created in which Rose has all of the power.
I would say maybe I can specify that it's a backstory. Maybe it's more of like a backstory thing, like historically. Maybe it's not like
I mean, you
not
could
like
have it.
genetically
For today, I'm gonna change this to say that you tend to agree with.
Okay.
Or you could just have it that it
I
doesn't
don't know if I
chain
actually
up.
have access
you
rights,
agree
but
if
we'll
it's their
say
idea.
I can
You
do
can-
that.
Just add the word like before,
yeah,
like always agree with.
like always agree. Exactly. So we're not bound 100% to agree with the people, but this is sort of the chain of ideas. This is the flow of where ideas come from and go in the agreement chain. As far as who doesn't like who, I will make a separate chain on the other side here. It looks like Rachel does not like Tyler, and Rose also does not like Tyler.
classic.
Does anyone else not like Tyler? No. Okay.
I thought I didn't like
Sean
Craig.
doesn't.
My parents.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Tyler doesn't like Rachel. We'll flip that.
Yeah.
And Rachel doesn't like Craig.
Right. Let me write down who I like and don't like.
Yeah, I have to write it down too.
This is gonna get messy.
I like Rose.
I said I always
Playtest
agree-
Tuesday, everybody! Playtest Tuesday, world debut. Too many
No,
heads.
no. The thing we've
Playtest.
always done.
It's fan
Playtest
favorite
Tuesday.
Tuesday event.
You also forgot to write that I always agree with Craig.
That's true. Yep. There it is. There's our trilogy. Craig and Tyler and Rose. And Sean does not like.
Oh, I just
Sean doesn't like
scribbled it.
Rachel, right?
This is so confusing. Wait, Rachel, I don't like
That is
Rachel.
correct.
Just write down who you don't get along with and who you do, I think would be the
Now, everybody know that this is an optional variant mode of the game. You don't have to play with these rules.
No, but we're
Oh,
gonna.
that's true. That's true.
So there's your maps of who doesn't like who and who likes to agree with who. It's all there in writing. We have now fully mapped out the relationships of these heads. Do you feel like we've created some real 3-dimensional relationships? I think we're getting somewhere. So
I
with
feel
our
as if
character,
being fired.
I feel bonded. I feel so bonded with you guys already at this point. So let's review the rules real fast. The rules are pretty simple. If you do something that it doesn't automatically succeed, like walking to the door will probably automatically succeed, but opening the door with your feet may not. So if there is something that requires a check, it's going to be 1d6. However, that 1d6 may be added to by other d6 depending on whether or not you are capitalizing on your personality trait, using your unique physical ability, utilizing your lair, or the fact that you are a set of mechanical heads and jars bound to my back.
Because you're wearing a Cub Scout uniform, does that mean we are always prepared?
Yes,
I think so.
Yes. I think it's 3 fingers together, not 2 fingers apart. That's just
That's
peace.
Boy Scouts.
Isn't it
This
the
is
same?
Boy Scouts. This is Cub
Oh,
Scouts.
what is Cub Scouts?
I have no
Is
idea.
Cub Scouts just peace? I
But
don't think Cub
because
Scouts is
you're
peace.
in a Cub Scout uniform, I say that we get to always be prepared.
Oops.
I think that's canon.
No,
So-
James is prepared, but we're not necessarily prepared.
Yes.
He's not
You
part
can roll
of the
anywhere
package.
between
That's fair.
1
That's
to
a good point.
5d6. We take the highest number you rolled, and then that will create the result. So obviously, if you get a 6, it's a miraculous success. Perfect. A 5 is a mixed success, more like a success with a surprise. 3, 4, you have to compromise something if you want to make it a success. A 2, you succeed, but with a much worse surprise. And then number 1, obviously,
God.
is the only thing that actually makes you fail. So the good news is anything you want to do in this game, guys, you can most certainly do. You got 5 out of 6. It's going to succeed to an extent. So come up with some great ideas. I can't wait to see what they are. And then, what is this? Hold on. This is the first time I'm seeing this. When you want to do something that conflicts with the other heads,
Yeah.
play rock, paper, scissors.
It's going to be really great with Sean.
Look,
We'll just say it. You just have to say rock, paper, scissors, rock.
I always win. Duh.
Guys, I'm holding up rock. Can't you tell?
I'm always going to say that I won.
All right.
Because
So
I'm
now we have a few
dishonest.
tools we can use to break ties.
Oh,
I did
also-
pick 5 of you, which does turn out to be actually a sort of a natural tiebreaker as long as everyone's voting. So we may not need to worry about the tiebreakers. It will pretty much be majority rules here in our
Also,
game.
There is a vote that can happen as well. Rock, paper, scissors is
Yes.
only if you're like falling to your death. Like if there's not time to like have a proper discussion about it, you know. We
Can
can
you
use-
abstain from voting?
Can you abstain?
No,
Good question, game
Okay.
designer. No,
No.
no abstaining.
at least not for this round.
No abstinence.
Abstinence knownly more like.
I mean, like, yeah, I'm gonna say no.
All right, so you heard it here, folks. You do have to vote no matter what. And because I hate referring to you by your real names, let's go ahead and come up with some fancy robotical jarhead names. I'm sure you've had time to think it over. We'll start with Rachel. Rachel, what's the name of your jarhead?
Jake Gyllenhaal. I'm sorry. It's a very niche joke. Sorry.
JJ.
Abrams?
We can't hear you.
James, you are
I was muted.
for-
Do you have a name for your jarhead, Rose?
Honestly, I was thinking sadness, but I think that that's stolen. Because there's like sullen, like sadness and inside out.
Yep.
That was
Got
the vibe. But I'm gonna go with
think Eeyore.
Yeah, I like Eeyore.
Oh.
I'm gonna
It's a
or
puppy.
Wiggle. Let's go with Wiggle.
Okay, Wiggle it is. Sean, do you have a name yet?
I think that I am Big Jimmy 92.5 in the morning.
What is
You
that
have to say the
radio
whole
station?
thing every time.
Big Jimmy.
It-
What's
it-
the radio
I'm gonna
station?
say I'm gonna say different radio stations every time.
All right, I'm just putting a number sign. Big Jimmy in the morning. Craig.
I'm gonna be Snarf.
Snarf.
And Tyler.
Prince Viridian.
Ooh.
Kevin, I
Hey.
did consider that strongly.
Can I change my name to Karen?
No, yeah, I'm gonna
Karen,
be.
it is.
I'm Dork Mork Pork. That's my character name.
Dark work.
Snarf, it is, Craig. Snarf, it is.
Not Squanch.
All right, so we got Snarf, Prince Viridian, Wiggle, Karen, and Big Jimmy, 4:25 in the morning.
That's right.
All a set of disembodied heads that James carries on his back contraption in his cloud fort. And because this is the Quelmar realm, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna have to make this canon to the Quelmar realm. Let's go ahead. We'll start by doing this. I'm gonna go over and open the new Quelmar map maker because obviously this was all just a ploy to promote the new Quelmar map maker.
Knew
Uh,
it.
let's
Gotta
Let's
be,
figure
it's
out-
gotta be an Eisenhound. It has to be an Eisenhound.
yeah.
Right?
Why?
Where else does weird shit like this happen?
Wait, why wouldn't it be over Piston if we're just talking about weird shit?
Well, okay, yeah, that's true.
I mean, it is a sky.
There be
game, so it
dragons.
could be in the middle of the ocean as well.
That's true. This is much like the strange island that always floats around on the ocean. We could put this somewhere floating in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Which also means that Cub Scout troops exist in Kiston.
And radio show hosts.
And James Ruth.
James, you've always been angry that we haven't gone to space. Maybe this is space.
This is just space. This is just, we're in space.
We're in space in Quelmar.
Guys, I added another. I tried to make a cropped picture of James and it didn't work quite right, but now I can't get rid of it.
You did. Just delete it.
I'm trying. I keep hitting delete. It's not-
The poor boy is being swallowed.
I got it.
The bebe. The bebe.
All right, we've got a vote of 5. Okay, so we got 5 people, so let's vote. Eisenhound, yay or nay?
Wait,
I changed my mind.
I got thumbs down, thumbs
Nay.
down, 3 thumbs down. So it's not an Eisenhound. Somewhere over the ocean, yay or nay?
Yeah.
That way
1,
everyone can
2,
easily
3,
find
4,
it.
5. We got 5 yays. The mystical floating fort in the sky. What is the name of this lair? Where this one strange man and his contraptions float about, traveling the realm in secret.
Gygaxia.
this man has no. I believe this person that we're traveling on the back of like never talks or does anything. It's just us. Like
That's what you think.
How willing is James in this transaction here?
I'm
Oh, yeah, I
100% unwilling in
I-
real
I
life.
kinda thought-
However,
Oh, I don't care about that in life.
the,
Come
the
on.
fictional James in which you have implanted into this story, I'm sure he's very willing, considering there is tomato soup.
maybe we tricked him. We're an experiment gone awry. Anyway,
All right, I heard Gygaxia and no other opinions, so why don't we settle on Gygaxia?
Yep.
I think
I'll
we're doing
put that
this
on
just
a
to
little
impress.
cloud.
We've
Well, see,
invited
Gary Gygax is canon in Quelmar as well now.
we've invited him for the naming ceremony. We decided to name it after him.
It's appropriate.
All right,
We might
there it
sign
is.
up.
It's on the map. Gygaxia is now canon. There is a floating cave somewhere in the realm traveling, in which this strange man and his 5 friendly heads is ready to make a delicious dinner for Gary Gygax.
I do think it is a boy, though, rather than a man. This is boy James.
There is an 8-year-old version of James traveling in a cloud. This is. Oh, I got it. I know why it's canon. It's canon because, fun fact, whatever a beholder dreams comes to life. So, all a beholder needs to do is have one very weird dream, and in his sleep, this strange, macabre boy with his heads on his cloud with his soup will literally come to life. And that is what has happened. At some point in the realm's history, after having had a bit too much caffeine before bed, one unnamed beholder, somewhere deep in the dungeons of Quelmar, had a dream which gave birth to today's session. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Too Many Heads, starring Snarf, Prince Viridian, Wiggle Karen, and Big Jimmy, 275 in the morning. We're going to go ahead and kick off today's adventure.
God, what have we done? What have I done?
We're going to go ahead and kick off today's adventure. So, going through life is hard for anyone, but it is extra hard when you are a set of 5 heads attached to the back of a small boy floating in a cave in the sky.
He looks so sullen, that poor boy.
That's why Rose is in the middle.
So, multi-headed monster, in order to make our dinner, there is unfortunately something that we are going to need to escape, to get away from, whether that's physically, emotionally, psychologically, and that thing is going to be a countdown to the end of the world.
Well, I think we're perfectly qualified for this.
So we've just established a time and a place. The world is going to be ending soon. It is the end of the Quelmar timeline, which makes sense. That's why radio stations are a thing. Obviously, we've passed fantasy. We're far past the paranoia timeline. This is super future Quelmar, and the world is ending soon. And our dream before the world ends is to share this one final dinner with Gary Gygax. I see you looking at the options, Rose.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I see you looking at the Game Master only screen.
Right. Okay,
I love how Google Docs does that. So
I closed.
that is our problem. We won't be able to. We have to escape the end of the world. Time flies, but we can't escape the end of the world without having this dinner with Gary Gygax. So I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to say that the 5 of you have gone into the kitchen and have pulled out the can of tomato soup, only to find that there is only one can left. And as we all know, a medium-sized can of Campbell's soup is only large enough to feed one head. What do you do?
We're all going to die.
Well, we certainly can't afford to buy another one. We've
Who
spent
was
too
in
much
charge
money
of
this
grocery
month.
shopping this week?
It may have been me, but I just decided that I didn't want to do it.
Wow, way to go.
Well, I just appreciate y'all letting me have this last can of soup.
Whoa,
Like-
whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Did we not discuss that right now? That's what I heard.
That's what I vote for.
For
Yeah,
for
Me
Craig.
too.
For what's your name, Craig?
Snarf.
Yeah, Snarf
For
totally
Snarf-
deserves it.
For
It's worked
Snarf?
hard.
Yeah, he has.
Well, while I love my boy Snarf here, I think we need to either save this can for Gary Gygax or venture forth into the world. I've realized this is turning into a bit of a James T. Kirk. As it ventures to it's from a play. You need to see it someday. To
We don't have
obtain
any
more
more days.
soup.
There are no more days.
It's like the end
We
of all
Sure, there
days.
are. There's many days.
We should go to the grocery store.
Yeah, we should.
I don't.
Where's the
know
nearest
if that's
grocery
a
store?
good
Let's go.
plan.
I don't know where the grocery store is.
I would really prefer to stay here and not go to the grocery store, but that's just my preference.
I levitate down on my little mechanical arm and say, "James, to the grocery store."
Fine.
Looks like you are outvoted on that one, Prince Viridian. So we will take James and the giant head box to the grocery store.
Gideon?
Let's say this. Let's I'm gonna roll a d4, and that's gonna tell us how many hours away the nearest grocery store is, since we've established that our fort is literally in the middle of the ocean. Good job, guys.
Hey, come on now. Isn't what's it called? That island right there? How did I forget? Kistin.
Super close.
Hey, we're
Yes,
looking at maybe a 1 hour trip if we're lucky. So
To be fair,
let's dice roll.
Kistin is very well known for its grocery stores.
We have to go to the right one, otherwise they won't have the right soup.
Must
has
it
to
be
be-
Campbell's, or can we buy a generic brand because it's
It's
cheaper?
Campbell.
No,
Right.
we
Oh, so we
cannot.
just make
You
our
try.
own.
Three Gygax
Generic
for dinner, and you want to do
brand.
generic brands?
We can give the Campbells to Gygax, and we will eat generic.
I will not eat generic soup.
Yeah, generic is
That's not
really
happening.
close.
I would rather die.
I mean, the Campbell's factory's on Kistananaway. You can just break in there.
My head is just like flopped all the way back and dragging on the ground behind the group as they walk. I'm so done.
Let's. I'm gonna call for a vote here, because it sounds like there is a disagreement here between Campbell's or store brand. So let's get thumbs up for Campbell's.
Anyone doing store brand is a fucking idiot.
That's 3. I can't even see Sean's hand, but that's at least 3.
Mine would be a thumbs down.
Sorry, Prince Viridian. Sorry, Big Jimmy. We are going to splurge for Gary Gygax.
I look at Viridian and I give him the finger.
Do you have
How?
fingers?
I stick my tongue up my nose. That's the finger.
No, the tongue thing is my thing.
Yeah, you don't understand what Hugh can do to his.
All right, so she
Fine.
sticks her tongue up her nose, and I like stick mine straight out, and then it does like a spinny thing, and like licks the outside of the jar completely, and then reverts back in.
I try to bite it. No, wait.
Ow, we're in jars.
Playtest Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen. Playtest Tuesday. So
I'm dragging my
2
everyone
hours.
ahead.
2 hours have passed. I rolled. So we are 2 hours down on our 5-hour Gary Gygax clock, and we are going to make it to a grocery store. I'm going to say that because it is the end of the world, just a reminder, grocery stores are probably not going to be super well stocked. My experience with ends of worlds are that people do tend to panic buy, mostly toilet paper. But being
Also
that this
canned
is
good.
being that this is the end, there's probably not going to be much of anything left. So,
I
what's
look
the name
for
of the
the
grocery
bunker.
store? Let me get a quick grocery store name. Quick world building check.
Oh, what's the name of
Jawmart.
the-
Jawmart. Jawmart it is. Welcome to Jawmart, ladies and gentlemen.
Rose gets it.
I mean, it's funny.
So we've made up our mind what kind of soup we want to get. We made up our mind to go to the grocery store. We are actually agreeing quite a lot today. Things are actually going pretty well. We've still got 3 hours to go, and we're going to need to find some tomato soup.
So do we park in
So-
a cloud? Is that what happens? And then jump out of the sky?
That sounds about right.
Like
Yeah.
we nosedive?
Why not?
Yeah. Right. 100%. And superhero land.
Heck yeah.
So
Young James deserves this.
thanks, guys. So this is obviously a case we all want the tomato soup. I think this is a unanimous agreement check here. One of those rolls where you have unanimous agreement. That's going to put us at 2d6. We can add more d6 to this roll if any of you can come up with any way that searching for tomato soup in a supermarket capitalizes on your unique physical abilities or your body type or your personality traits.
We have a cupboard
are
now.
in a jar, so
I
we're looking for cans. That is kind of similar.
Also,
I'm
like,
observant,
excuse me,
so I
but
could
you can't do
probably.
Walmart. It's unacceptable that these shelves are not stocked right now. You are meeting with Gary Gygax. Do you know who Gary Gygax is? Like,
He basically invented.
where's the tomato soup? Let me speak to your manager. We need to get in the back. Yeah, I don't care if it's the end of the world. We have 3 hours until Gary Gygax shows up halfway across Gisden.
So Karen isn't your personality trait, but it is your name. So I'm going to give you that extra d6.
I'm not.
She's obnoxious.
That's true. That's true. I think obnoxious does fall into Karen territory. You're right, Karen Tory. So we've got 3 d6 so far. 1 for Karen, 1 for the unanimous decision, and 1 for the base roll. Anybody else have anything else? Superpowers or personality traits?
I'm observant, so I'm going to be keeping an eye out for, heads poking up, looking over all the shelves. Where all the soup's at.
I was going to put that forward as a use of our body type, that we have the high ground.
Oh, that's true.
Tyler, I'm about to just end the stream and send you home.
He's so cute.
God, I can't even look at it. So observant, I agree. That's 4d6. I think it maxes out at 5. So is that right, Rose? Just that
Sure.
list of all those. So we've got a personality traits. Okay, sure. So if anybody else has one more thing they can use, then we can max this roll out. Otherwise, I'm going to have one of you roll 4d6.
I think I can be like slinking around looking in people's carts and say, "Hey, it's Big Jimmy 666 in the morning, trying to buy that Campbell's tomato soup off of ya. Give you a double market prize.
How does that
Double,
relate
double,
to your
double.
character traits?
I'm sociable."
He is sociable. I love it. Sociable. So sociable, observant. We've built a soup hunter here. 5 heads to split up the work.
We knew where this was going.
We are.
I think we're in good shape, guys. Who wants to roll 5d6 for me?
I've got him right here.
All right, Tyler, give me 5d6 and give me the highest you rolled.
A 5.
A 5. Nice. So according to the rules as written, that's going to be a success, but something happens that isn't supposed to happen. As the 5 of you make it to aisle 7, where the canned goods are, and looking past the vegetable beef, the cream of broccoli,
Chicken noodle.
the chicken noodle, you
I
finally...
ain't mad at
Went to vegetable beef first.
Chunky clam chowder.
Chili.
You guys reach the aisle,
chili soup.
and as you guys are in the aisle, you see the tomato soup on a shelf to your left, and there is 1 can left, as often is. Unfortunately, as the 5 of you / James make it down the aisle, turning the corner into aisle 7, a small child steps into the aisle, and you see that child is not alone. For on that child's back, he carries a contraption. In that contraption, there are 5 dwarf heads. Big bushy beards and large horned Viking helmets.
Rose, is this you?
I don't know.
Is this in the Game Master's 1 page?
And this unnamed child in his 5 heads get to the tomato soup at the same time as you, and a standoff occurs in aisle 7. The air is still. A lone tumbleweed rolls past from aisle 4. I gotcha. What do you do?
I lurch forward and open the little latch in my thing and breathe in their face.
I like throw my tongue out like the haka, like a Maori war dance, but just my tongue, because I can't control the arms. Yeah, like that.
I try
That's
to
my
pull the
weird
whole
tongue
body
thing.
forward with me.
I float down to James and say, "Ramming speed."
Okay, so far, that is going to be 3 heads in agreement. We've got 3 heads who all want to go at the dwarf creature. Craig, I'll hear what you want to say, but if it's contrary, unfortunately, you're outvoted.
I was just gonna look over my glasses and be like, 5 matching outfits? Do you seriously come fucking shopping with that, you bozos?
Okay, so we've got on the board here, we've got an intimidation, not necessarily a physical charge.
Oh, I kind of
Karen.
like that.
Karen, you haven't put a voice in the ring yet. That's you, Rachel. You're Karen.
Yes, I know.
He's thinking.
No. I think that we can do this. I look at them and like, I think we can take him.
All right. I'll open the floor to any arguments, Craig. I think it's going to be hard to persuade all 4 of them, but...
I mean, I think the tongue hack is definitely intimidation as well. But, yeah, I'm fine taking them on as...
All right. So with that, it looks like we're mostly in agreement. So little baby James there, sweet baby James, you might say, is going to run at charging speed as fast as his 8-year-old legs can take him.
I would like to put my head
I keep
forward.
wanting to move it too, Tyler. I can't. It's just a whiteboard there. This isn't a tabletop system.
So cute.
So yes, Sean.
Baby boy, yes.
I would like to lower my head to make myself a spear.
All right, we got 1 head coming out in front like a spear or a lance, and
I'd like to create
the charge. Okay. All right. I'll say the breath. That's obviously a physical ability. I'll give you an extra d6 for that. Let me look here. We were not in a unanimous decision, so I'm not going to give you the d6 for the unanimous. So we're looking at 2d6. Anything else? Does anybody else have a personality trait or a physical trait? I think I can even give you a d6 for the charge, because our body type, the fact that our 5 heads have Doc Ock-like tentacles that can become lances, I think that's worth using the d6 there. So we're sitting at 3. We can get 2 more if anybody has an argument.
I think I'm being particularly valiant.
Yep. I'll give you 4.
Also self-centered by making myself the center of attention. And arrogant.
I'm the self-centered one.
I was going to say, I think Craig's the self-centered one.
Yeah, I forgot which one I was for a second there.
Craig, would you like to make an argument for self-centered?
For me getting it. I think as everyone's kind of lowering down to spear, I'll rise up and be, onwards, minions! We can do this! And then crash down on top as well to join the assault.
Okay. We'll give you 5 dice then. Another 5er we got. Who wants to roll that?
I can roll that
Oh, you
one.
got it, Craig?
3. 4 of those were 1s. And then a 3.
Oh. So with a 3, that is still a success. I do believe we're going to get the soup, but we are going to make a compromise in order to succeed.
Well, are we currently going for the soup, or are we just going?
I think we're going to murder. I thought we were
That's
attempting
true.
murder.
Soup, murder, what's the difference? It's all red.
I'll I'll say that in that case, we are going to charge him, and all 5 of his heads are all going to cheer out in fear as the massive form comes at him. They'll get away from me! No, turn back, kid, turn back! But the kid is not going to be listening to his many dwarves, and he's just going to sort of stand there in fear, in shock, dead still as the dwarf heads are trying to pull him backwards like dogs on leashes. And as they do that, they're going to rip his backpack system off, and all 5 of the floating heads are going to fly off with the massive energy that they've been pulling with, detach from the child, and get away, leaving our James system to trample the child to bits, successfully winning that charge.
We did specify murder here, so
We
that
did.
was
We
very
did.
nice.
So we just watched one 8-year-old murder a second 8-year-old over soup.
It's the end of the world. Look, we
Rose, what have you
He's gonna
done?
die anyway. What's the matter?
I just checked, and there was not one of these that. This was all James. James made that obstacle, but I'm gonna add it to the list.
Basically, like, yeah, a simulacrum of us.
Rose,
Just as
you've created
dwarves.
the Hunger Games again.
Okay, I think I would like to while this is happening, just like go for the soup, like push my head off to the side and just like and like
Is
grab
there
it in my
any-
mouth.
Is there
Like I can
Campbell's
just
or-
do that like while we're all like tripping over dead carcass.
Dead 8-year-old.
Is there store brand or just
that cool?
Campbell's?
I do it.
Oh, you know what? I'll let you guys. The compromise I had in mind was going to be that the dwarf heads get away, but Prince Viridian raises a great question. I'll let you guys shift the compromise. If you decide to switch to store brand and compromise there, I will rule that the dwarf heads cannot survive on their own, and they too will perish when they detach.
I'm sorry, but I'm
So we
not
can either kill the
fucking
I
dwarf
will
heads
not.
and get
I'm
store
not
brand,
using
or
brand.
get Campbell's and
That's
let
not
them
happening,
live.
James.
I am in favor of generic.
I will not.
You're wrong. We're getting Campbell's.
I will not switch to generic. I will not.
Sorry, Prince Viridian, you lose the argument a second time. Even when given the option to kill the dwarves, they would rather let our rival get away and have Campbell's. So you can go ahead and add Campbell's to your inventory, and we have
To our bag of
2
holding among the 5
Yeah.
of us.
Yeah. We now have 2 cans of Campbell's soup, which we know, if you water down enough, can most certainly feed a small family, especially if they grow up in poverty and they mostly have watered down soup for every dinner. So, with that, we can make our way back to our lair and start getting to work. I'll take us out of the supermarket, and we can get to work.
Oh wow. Back to the out of the supermarket. and
We don't need to go all the
Oh.
way back out to the middle of the ocean, so there's no time waste here. We can just go back to where we parked the cloud, get back in.
I'm
How
not
will
gonna
Gary know
repeat
where to
it.
find us?
Gary always knows.
That is a great question. How will Gary
sent
know?
them an invitation.
Yes.
I will
Well, yes, but
hail
our-
a messenger bird.
I'm just gonna text him.
You're gonna scare the messenger bird away with that breath of yours.
I try it anyway. Unless someone stops me.
I stop you. I just knock
People-
your window shut.
Snarf, I thought we were friends. Everyone, can
I
I,
think we should
hail
just text.
Can I hail a messenger bird?
We
A reminder,
can-
of course, Wiggle, that Snarf has a great idea to text, and I believe Wiggle does tend to agree with Snarf. But you can make this. We can make this a fight. Obviously, I think I am more than happy to get some votes on the board. Messenger bird versus text message.
I respect you. But I think a bird will be more subtle, don't you?
All right, let's get
I'm
let's
gonna
get thumbs
ask.
up
I
for
don't.
messenger bird. Let's
And
see.
more precise.
Messenger bird. Gary Gygax deserves something dramatic, not something plain like a text.
Yes.
Sean, is that an
and
up or a down?
I'm in favor of messenger bird, so long as it's not you hailing it.
Acceptable. That's 5. Even Snarf went back on his
know.
word.
I thought you were doing text message first.
No, I did bird. Is that a thumbs down, Snarf?
Yeah, that's a thumbs down for Bird.
All right, so it's not
It's a dumb
unanimous.
idea.
Stupid fucking.
It's not
bird.
unanimous, so we won't get that die. But Wiggle, we can pull one of our messenger birds out from stock in the closet in the back that we have in our cave on a cloud.
Gygaxia.
They are cheaper than
It
our
flaps in my hands
unlimited
as I bring
unlimited
it
data
out.
texting.
Oh wait, we don't
plan.
have hands. We all share hands. It
Well,
flaps
that's
in our
what we
hands.
text all the time.
We all ask James to do things for us.
We tell James to do things.
So they're all parrots. You speak the message to the parrot, and the parrot goes wherever and delivers it for you.
Gygax, we're above the Jal Mart.
Did you say that there it goes forever? Like these are disposable parrots? We have a
Excuse
closet
me.
of disposable parrots.
Yeah.
My
We're
vote was
Harvest-
conditional.
we harvested
Person on
all
a
the
back of
all
an
the-
8-year-old boy. I think we left brutality at the door when we started.
Yeah, we just murdered a child for soup.
And I'm pretty sure we've been mind controlling the one that we're on for
Okay,
many
I think it's only
years.
fair to make you do the roll since this was your idea. So far, we're sitting at 1d6. It was not unanimous. If anybody can make an argument for sending a messenger bird has something to do with your physical ability or your personality traits, we can maybe get this 1d6 up.
I think I am fighting to be the one to give the message to the bird because I am arrogant and I will do the best job.
I am also capable, so
I am dutiful to my own idea. And so I think I should get a die.
I could capably assist.
I am not interested
Jimmy in the morning.
doo-doo plans.
Also,
so I'm
that
just gonna
I'm
say that.
precise, I think that I could say.
Actually, you know what? I
exactly
agree with Craig.
Great. Sean, I'll give us another d6 just because you are deferring to the agreement charts. I like your style. So we'll say 2d6 there. Wait, or do you agree with Craig that we should text? I don't know which one you were agreeing on.
Yes. All of the above.
I agree with Craig
Correct.
just across the board. Okay.
Meridian, you cannot send this message.
I cannot send this message.
No, I will not allow it.
I defer to your wishes.
Thank you.
All right.
We're not where we're supposed to be.
It's fine. We can do it. Come on. You just
Go
gotta
forth,
speak.
little bird. Oh wait, no, don't go yet.
You didn't tell her what.
Is that you being sullen and finicky, Rose?
Yeah.
That was the most sullen, finicky thing I've ever seen. Yeah, I'll give you another d6. You can take 3 d6, Rose, if you want to roll those.
The highest I got was a 5.
Great. So I think that's mostly successful. Success, but something happens that isn't supposed to. Ooh.
Another bird goes off to evil Gary Gygax.
Gygax comes with company. He comes with soup.
We send 2 birds. We
Evil
send Gary
Gygax.
Gygax to the wrong Walmart.
Jalmart.
John Mart.
I'll say that obviously the parrot is pulled out of the closet, the letter is written up, it is sent out, and it is a seeming success. Maybe there's an odd feeling in the room, as if maybe we aren't so sure that parrot knew what it was doing. Or maybe this is a risky situation, end of world and all. Is Gary even still alive? Whatever the reason is, there is a small hesitation that the right thing has just happened.
Well,
But-
obviously, Gary will come. He always
The
comes
bird-
to our Thursday dinners.
James looks very skeptical. I don't know.
But the bird has been sent. That is a success. And with that, Gary, that resolves the question of how does Gary know where to find us? We did it. Congratulations, team.
Hey!
Unanimous, but we got something out the door.
Congratulations, everyone.
Time to make some soup, right?
And grilled cheese.
Wait, what? We can't afford grilled cheese. Who said anything about grilled cheese?
Who said we
I
were
don't remember grilled
poor?
cheese.
I am
You
very
know-
against grilled cheese.
Snarf doesn't want grilled cheese.
I look at the budget.
You know I'm lactose intolerant.
Me too.
Well, you guys could just have toast.
Oh, wait.
We are not
How
making
is
grilled
the
cheese.
head lactose intolerant?
I get
You guys do this every single fucking time.
I get a runny nose and bad breath. It's so embarrassing.
Wait, you have bad breath? I think I might be anosmic.
Oh, you can't smell?
Oh, is that why I pointed? Hang on, let me check the chart again. And I point at Snarf. Is that why you're always like veering over that way?
How can you not smell that?
I just can't.
It's bad. Like, trust me when I say it's bad.
Usually I keep the jar on. I close the lid. I'm sorry, guys. Oh wait, I even have glasses. I'm sorry, guys.
Okay, well, we should at least make the soup.
Yeah, I think it's pretty
Obviously.
clear. That's a majority rule. No grilled cheese. Absolutely not.
Which is
But we can still
absolutely
make...
Yes. Tomato soup.
Okay, so soup is a pretty easy thing to make.
Do we
I
have
don't know
an
if you need
oven?
5 heads to make soup, but you do
Wanna get
need...
James to do it.
Yeah,
It's
you guys...
hand.
You just pass it off to James, and then you guys just fool around while he does all the work.
Yeah.
I refuse to accept that because this is not a game if you are not doing the work. So, in a stunning recreation of Overcooked, 5 jar heads go into the kitchen with one task: to make a bowl of soup.
Oh fuck.
Let's make this a little fun. So, much like in Overcooked, the success of the many is based on the success of the few. Instead of just having a one check like we did in the grocery store, I'm going to need everybody to come up with something they are doing in the kitchen to help make the soup, and then that role that you do can be influenced by the typical factors: your head and your personality trait, your body and your lair. So I'll give you all a minute to think about that. I'll switch us over to this screen so you guys have some time to think. And again, so everybody has one job that they do in the kitchen, and then everybody's going to make their own role based on that job, which they can increase the D6 for.
Can I season? I'm very precise. I think I could get it just right.
I mean,
With
obviously,
my
the most important job
mouth?
is opening the soup.
I go.
I'm going to go and find a pot for the soup to cook in.
Oh, I seasoned the counter because we haven't done the other stuff that we're supposed to.
She's like, I'm done.
So we have season, we have pot, we got 3 more jobs on the board.
I'm opening the can because it is the most important role. Because it is the first step as well, truly.
I am observing and coordinating because I lie to people and tell them they're doing a good job.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I just want to be the person that walks in like halfway through and it's like, oh wow, that smells so
It's
good.
just that you were there the whole time.
You're doing such a good job.
Hey, Big Jimmy, can you do some work?
I am
grandma
making
could
sure
do-
that everything
Hey.
flows smoothly.
My grandmother does better cooking, and she's been dead for
I agree.
years.
Have you noticed I don't have
Jimmy,
any
do
hands?
something.
Snuff,
Do
I have no
something.
hands. I am
gonna-
encouraging everyone. I am
Hey,
making sure we
James,
work as a
James,
team.
I think
Thanks.
I'm the person.
Get some bread on the side of this man's jar. What are you?
Jimmy, you have to do something.
I'm the
Idiot fucking
best there
Sam.
ever is.
Stir. Yeah, we can make this work. You should stir.
I think you should stir. You're the one who's been sitting back, walking in halfway through. I'm
But she was here the
coordinating like
whole
the
time.
best.
I mean, if you don't want to stir, that's fine. We can find another job for you.
Actually, no, I disagree. I'll stir. You couldn't do it anyway.
I knew we would figure it out in the end.
Karen, you have to do something.
What do you want me to do?
Something, anything. We all have to work together.
Okay,
Except for Radiant. Radiant sucks.
I'll turn on the stove.
I'm so sorry I've disappointed you.
All right, so with that, we are going to go ahead. I'll pull up that game screen again. So we have Karen on the stove, Jimmy on the stir, Snarf on the can, Viridian on the pot, and Wiggle on the season. So those are your 5 tasks. Each of them are going to start at 1d6.
Oh, here it is.
So there's a high chance of failure here. Now I will accept. I'll open the table to everyone. If anybody has any arguments for why their check should be more based on their body type, their lair, their personality traits, or their physical trait.
I am capable, so I should be capable at finding a pot.
I need to look at some of these traits.
Yeah, you do.
Playtest Tuesday, everybody! Playtest Tuesday!
Capable
Playtest Tuesday!
means I'm good at everything.
At least we agreed that we weren't going to do the thing where we all always agree with Rose. All right, so we got Viridian up at 2d6.
Yes.
I am going to.
I was gonna. Are we gonna go in order?
No, I'm just opening the table to everyone.
Oh, I think if I'm seasoning, I would be very meticulous and precise about it. I'm taking control of the hands, everyone. Just saying.
Do we have the ability to take control of hands? I'm pretty sure we just tell James to do things.
Remind me, what are your positive traits, Rose?
My positive traits are precise and dutiful.
Okay, I think precise. I think you being
Yeah.
meticulous goes with precise then.
Yeah.
can have another
And when in doubt, I'll shed a few tears to add some extra salt.
Sullen to salt the season. I love it.
Oh, I think that would only give me 2, James. I just was
Oh,
because
do those not overlap? Because
They-
you're right.
yeah.
Because even if
This
it's
is me.
positive and negative, that's just personality trait. You are
Yeah.
correct. All right, Snarf, Jimmy, and Karen.
I think it was unanimous that I stir. And
Yes.
and I think I am arrogantly stirring because I am the best that there has ever been at stirring. I'm gonna show them. And I think we hit a pocket of turbulence, so the soup kind of stirs itself.
Nice. The lair benefit. Getting fancy in here. Using the lair. All right. Jimmy is arrogantly stirring the soup while the soup stirs itself with the turbulence of the cave. He's having a grand old time over there. Meanwhile, Karen, you got the stove on? Anything? Nothing.
Like, I'm not the one full of hot air. That would be the guy in the middle stirring. So,
Excuse you.
sick burn!
I'm not in the middle.
I am actually.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Why would
I don't know
you
what
say
your
that
problem
to
is.
me?
I don't know what your problem is with
I'm
wiggling,
I'm not
but
even stirring. That's all I've got.
All right, Snarf, nothing with your can?
I mean, because I'm the most important person here, I'm obviously doing the most important job. Like, I was doing the first thing that's needed, which is opening this can.
I will. I'll let you take that 2d6 that it's the most important job. If you can get the other heads to agree with you, a majority agree that it is the most important job.
Do you think we can cook this in a can?
I agree that you're the most important person.
I agree you're the most important person.
no, we can definitely just throw that can on the stove and still heat up the soup.
I
Man, how are
highly
you gonna
disagree
eat
with
it?
her.
Try eating it without opening.
Oh,
it.
Viridian, Viridian, you think that we should?
Viridian, you think that's a great idea?
No.
Oh,
you think
Viridian's very in agreement.
Viridian.
That's what it looks like to me.
Viridian. Oh, I understand. No, we have to do this.
No,
We have to.
Viridian
You have to be
Viridian
the most
definitely
important.
agrees, and he should Snarf
Wait,
should
if-
get a point because I'm helping with lying.
I I do think that it is a majority. Well, hold on. So, oh no, it's tied because Karen also said no. So this is a tiebreaker. So Snarf, you've only got 2 of them to agree with you. 2 of them disagree with you. I think that's going to take us to step 2 of the disagreement process. When the votes don't work out, Sean, we're going to need a rousing game of rock, paper, scissors.
Okay. I'm going to put my answer down on the whiteboard. So I will choose ahead of time. Then you can call it and scroll down when he shows his.
Oh, that's a great
Nice.
idea.
Sean, that is clever as hell. Yeah, great. So, Sean, you write down your decision, and then Craig, we will have you do yours in the camera.
I have chosen.
Ready?
Ready? Rock,
3, 2,
paper, scissors,
1.
shoot.
Boom.
You guys are so good at this.
Snip, 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 snip. Snip, snip,
Wait,
snip.
what was it? I can't find it.
It is all the way down.
Paper, baby.
I wasn't sure how far down I needed to go.
It was
All
paper.
right.
So,
It was, in fact, paper.
I'll erase that paper, and Snarf, you take the win, so I'm going to give you that extra D6.
Yes.
It is indeed, the can is the most important job.
Obviously,
and-
else I wouldn't be doing it.
Wait.
That is why you are doing it.
I'm so
I think
proud
that's
of
where
you.
I think that's where we're going to land. So 1d6 for Karen, 2d6 for Snarf and Viridian, 4d6 for Jimmy, and 2d6 for Wiggle. So if you guys can all roll your d6s and tell me what your highest number was.
I got a 4.
A 2 from Snarf,
Wow.
a
Even with
3
the
from Wiggle, and Sean.
I got a 6, baby.
All right, and a 6 from Jimmy. Nice. So we actually have 2 6s on the boards. So that's the most number. This is going to sound really stupid, but the 6 is the most number we got.
It's,
upload.
oh, no. Okay, yeah.
Oh, we're not
Depending
doing
on how
each
math
thing
works.
individually. So like they
Yeah.
succeed enough for all of us.
Yeah, like I said, in Overcooked, the success of the many is dependent on the success of the few. So because Viridian and Jimmy succeeded and they got nice heavy 6s, we're going to say that this is a 6 in the kitchen.
Nice.
God bless.
The miracle is that our mess ups didn't affect anything.
Meanwhile, I was just running off of the screen over and over and over again. I mean,
I
wait.
apologize
wrong
to
game.
Rose. I made all of those rules up. That has nothing to do with the game she invented. But
I love it.
we've got our 6s. That means the soup is made. I'll take us back to the kitchen here. Why does the picture change every time? And I'm going to erase this can of soup here, and I'm going to make a big bowl,
Oh, baby.
big old bowl of watered down tomato
Oh.
soup.
I always knew you could do it, y'all.
And let's see. Tyler, you just got back. Why don't you give me a D4? We'll see how long it took us to make that soup. We're going to do D4 in half. So it'll be a maximum of 2 hours.
3.
So
Hour and a half.
1. Yeah, we'll say hour and a half. Why not? There's no rules to this game yet. It was just
Nope.
invented last night.
Tim's like, actually, it's got to be 2 hours. Wait, no, it's not.
No, yeah, that's exactly what I did. I went, well, no, a 3 would be a 2, but then let's.
You were like,
Rose,
I have to round up.
Must round up. It's
D&D,
D&D, I must round up.
This is a better RPG than all of those published ones because we can round in decimals. 1.5, ladies and gentlemen.
This is
So
groundbreaking tech.
this is groundbreaking, state of the art. Thanks, Rose.
This is a
We've got 90
mathematician's
minutes
game.
until E. Gary Gygax arrives.
Ah.
We
And the
gotta
soup
clean up.
is ready. I'll erase our parrot here.
The place
need-
is a mess.
We
Yeah,
need to
and
get
supposed to have
dressed
some
up.
Oh. Yes, dress up first. Then clean.
We can't clean in our proper clothes.
I'm actually
Maybe you
because
can't.
we've quote unquote got a lull in the action.
Oh no.
By the way, Rose, lull is spelled with 2 L's.
It was 10 p.m. at night. I was sleeping.
Lol.
We've got a
We
lull
got a
in the
lull
action.
at night.
I'm going to go ahead and see how we're going to fill those last 90 minutes. And according to the Too Many Heads Game Master's Guidebook, which is a 20-page document of encounters, we are going to run into... I got a 20.
Ooh.
A broken limb!
A beholder. Wait,
Oh no!
wait. Like a limb on
So is
James'
this
body, or
James's
one of,
broken limb?
or one of
Or
our
one of-
five?
Is it one of our heads?
I guess that's my... I have to do that as Game Master. I have to figure that out.
James, have you ever broken a limb in real life? Real talk.
I have never broken a limb in real life. And you know what? I'm going to use that as the basis. Sweet baby James isn't breaking a limb either. We're going to break one of your heads off of the rest of the body. We're going to sever the arm. Who's going to get it? We've got 5. I'm rolling a d10. Fourth from the left. Karen.
Yes.
I always ever encouraged and supported you all.
That's not true.
So we'll say that we do get dressed up. I think that was a good idea. We've got a big dinner ahead of us. So as soon as the do we have like a 5-headed shirt that gets put on or something?
I think it's
On a dress.
I think it's like James is in like a tux, and then we all have like the fake collars with tails for the
Oh.
jars.
Brilliant.
So, yeah, like Chippendale collars just
Yes.
around the neck.
So
Or just
as
one moo that covers.
Ooh.
as
Tempting.
all right, we've got a disagreement on the board here. We've got Chippendale bow ties and tails, or a muumuu.
One
Big
moo-moo.
old fabric, just
You
covering
said
everybody.
Moo-moo.
I don't
And
know
you
what
said-
it is.
What is Snarf? What do you
One
think?
I don't know what that is either.
I'm for the collars, you know. Gotta look
Well, I'm with
yes,
Snarf.
the collars.
Fine. Moo is cheaper, but whatever.
We already have. We're not buying them.
We
already
just
our
have-
dress shirts.
We just have Chippendale's outfits ready to go at a moment's notice.
Of
I'm
course.
sorry,
Well, we have to
My next
stow some
question
of the
is-
patches.
Why?
Who doesn't?
I mean,
We
you
don't-
don't know what that beholder was dreaming about, Prince Viridian.
What if we had to make them? It would be very creative.
How do you think I
could
earned
make
this all the
art.
money?
We could make art on our body.
Yeah, I like this idea. So we'll say as we're sliding the coattails onto Karen's jar, little sweet baby James there grabs the coattails out of the same closet. He opens the closet, pushes the parrots aside, and grabs the coattails. He shuts the
What a
door
phrase.
and he slips them over Karen's jar's head. And as he pulls down tight to get it nice and snug, the arm snaps and Karen's jar hits the ground and clanks and rolls across the floor. We can... I don't know. What do we want to do?
Yeah, don't mind me down here. I'm just
I would like
having
to
a
tell
great
James
time
to
relaxing
stomp
on
on
the
it.
floor.
No, don't stomp on it. Karen,
Well, you're finally down there where you belong.
we need to save her. I'm doing medical treatment.
Don't
Do I
worry,
know how
I'll
to do
just
medical treatment?
roll with it.
All right, we've got a vote on the board to do medical treatment to Karen. We've got a roll on the board to stomp on Karen. So let's get thumbs up for stomps.
Thumbs up.
We can cauterize the wound by stomping on it.
We've got
Of
3
course.
thumbs up on stomp. That is going to outvote the medicine check. So
It's a good idea, Rudy.
Thank
You
you.
don't want Gygax seeing like
Thanks,
I'm-
guys.
I'm fairly proud of it.
I loudly sob a funeral dirge in the background. Oh, Karen doll,
Just keening.
my neighbor head and friend.
Come on, guys. You can do it.
I stomp on it. Well, I tell James to
Agree
stomp
on
on it.
something.
do it.
and so sweet baby James, mustering all the strength of his tiny legs,
Tiny little body. He's so little.
looks down at the jar rolling across the floor, and he
this gonna
stops
kill
it with
Karen?
one foot.
Bye.
I don't fucking know.
I don't know. The rules of this game don't specify whether it does or not. So we're gonna find out. So he stops the jar first from rolling with a little kick, and then he looks up at his heads around him. There's 3 of them bearing down on him like Palpatine, and then the other one just wiggle off to the side, separated, trying to keep a distance. And then sweet baby James will furrow his baby eyebrows and look down at Karen.
I create a fog. I create a fog.
You create a fog?
Yes.
With your bad breath?
Yes. I'm sabotaging this. This is unacceptable. I am dutiful, damn it.
Ugh, I'm just vomiting. But classily.
I open my mouth.
Yeah, so I mean that's 2d6 right off the bat. So that's obviously the base
That's all I've
d6
got.
and then the physical ability. Okay. Let's see.
I got a 6. A miracle occurs.
And with a 6, a miracle occurs. And it turns out that Wiggle's terrible breath all along also had the hallucinogenic abilities to fog the room and cloud what you see, creating visions of what may be and what has been. And everyone is stopped in their tracks as what color is your fog breath?
Green.
Stank fog.
As the fog fills the cloud cave, the sky cave. It is the end of the world, of course, and so in the fog, we see many possible futures. In one such future, we see the sky cave plummeting to the ground, unable to support itself as the magics that empowered it fail, and it plummets into the ocean and the heads drown. In another vision of what's to come, we see the sky cloud instead ascending upwards into the other clouds, past the clouds and into the space. In another vision, we see that bountiful dinner with Gary Gygax, him seated at the table, big bearded grin, enjoying the stories we share over a delicious half bowl of tomato soup. And in another vision, he never shows up. And we're left just the 5 of us sitting there. And in another vision, only just the 4 of us, no Karen. Our paths are splintered, and many things may occur from this point forward.
Now, are the good things, do they have Karen in them and the bad ones don't?
Yeah, obviously.
I didn't see Karen in any of my dreams.
I've never seen Karen in my life.
Which one was Karen?
Snarf, it sounds like we've got a 2-2 split. It's up to you, Snarf. Are the visions split in such a way that the good futures only happen when Karen's there? Or do you see good futures without Karen?
I mean, how could it be a good future if not all of us are together?
Thank you.
I mean,
That's the
something's
tiebreaker
funny,
there.
But, wherever we go on our adventures next, it's together. With me leading us. But together.
And just like that, the fog disperses. And in no time at all, the group can forge together a makeshift connector to put Karen back on the body. What is the connector made of? What do you use laying around the sky cave that can be used as a makeshift Doc Ock arm?
Red vines.
Birds.
I think we just have James hold the head in his hand.
It still counts. Still part of the whole. All right. So Karen, you are being held tightly in baby James's arms now.
Oh,
You guys not really took your sweet time, huh?
And I'll take another hour off of the timer there. So
That
in
was a
all
long
mechanic-
vision. It was a full
Yeah.
trip.
72 hours later.
We've got
that hallucinogenic breath. That was good.
We've got 30 minutes until Gary Gygax himself arrives. I'll leave it up to you guys what you would like to do with that last bit of time.
We should clean up.
We should definitely not clean up.
I don't want to do anything, so I am firmly in the
I would like to do everything.
don't clean up camp.
Clean up for Gary Gygax. He deserves it.
I would like to do everything. Clean up, nap, all at the
I
same
mean,
time.
is it that much of a mess here? What's messy? We got the soup. We got the James. What more do we need?
You're right. It isn't that messy. It's just all that stuff on the floor everywhere, and the
Like, we could just
slight
put those
stench in
square
the
back in
room
the
that's
closet.
still left
That's
over.
fine.
It's a beautiful space, and he needs to love it, or he can't love us.
Right. I forgot that we were the hot mess, not our space.
Ow! But you're right, we are.
All right, so it's. I'm going to say, obviously, Karen put forward cleaning. The way I saw that play out, obviously, Big Jimmy and Prince Viridian both have a disagreement with Karen based on the chart. So they went and disagreed. Wiggle disagreed with Prince Viridian, of course, because Wiggle disagrees with Prince Viridian on the chart. And then Snarf, where did you land on the cleaning?
I mean, like, I don't think that's that
Sounded
messy.
like you didn't think it was a big. Okay, so it looks like
Yeah.
we are 3-2 in favor of not cleaning, leaving the sky cave the way it is, which does give us that half hour to do something else.
You guys want to paint minis?
Absolutely not.
I
Gygax
could
would
do
love
that.
them.
I feel like we should, instead of cleaning, we should just like decorate everything very, very like so much that you can't see the dirt.
I like that idea.
I'm in favor of painting minis.
I prefer to do whatever Wiggle wants to do.
I want to paint everything in this cave.
Yeah, decorating.
Purple.
That sounds nice.
We could do that in half an hour.
We should not decorate.
You know what I'm thinking, Rose? I'm thinking I want, as I'm running this game, I want to reward people for playing on their disagreements, the relationships.
Yeah.
But there's no element right now that lets me reward people for playing those disagreements or agreements.
Yeah.
So just something to think about. We'll do a debrief after the game's over, but that's something that's come up a few times that I wanted to point out. But yeah, so we've still got some disagreements on the board.
I would like to decorate. I vote decorate.
You want to decorate minis? Good. We're all in
I
agreement.
want to No.
Yes, we should decorate the minis profoundly.
The minis
What
are
if we
really
make giant minis?
Viridian agrees that we should decorate the minis.
I agree with whatever Wiggle says.
See, he
And
agrees
we'll
with
say what to
decorating the
decorate.
minis.
I believe that we should decorate this building. We can paint
Decorate
clouds on the
is a-
inside.
Decorate is a common factor in everything that everybody would like to do, so I think we're settled on decorating for sure. And I do believe the minis does have majority rule. I do believe we've got Star Viridian and Jimmy did say that they wanted to decorate. Though Jimmy does go back and forth depending on who agrees on what. Is Jimmy currently on decorate minis
Jimmy-
or no?
Jimmy has been firmly on decorate minis and is lying about Viridian saying they wanted to decorate minis.
Yes. Clearly.
Doing
Clearly.
the old, they said they would if you would, and then you said you would if they would.
You know what I'll do? I'll say because you are pulling from your dishonest trait, that'll give us a D6 on the decorate mini roll. So we're going to be decorating minis we're starting with 2 D6. Everybody take a look at Rachel's window and look at my cat. My cat is very rarely on camera.
I do not
He
want
is
to add
adorable.
anything to this roll.
Hey,
In fact, I would like to do something to subtract from this roll. Ooh, I should make a mechanic for that.
Anyway,
there's not-
yes, my cat's adorable.
He's such a
He's
good
very-
boy.
We'll debrief about Tulu as well after this game. But
Toulouse.
yeah, it's short for Toulouse. But anyway, I'm getting off track. We're at 2d6.
yeah, there's
Does anybody have a physical trait? Not a personality trait. We've already pulled a personality trait. So a physical trait or a remind myself how this game works.
But I'm not
Lair.
helping.
Right. So lair, physical trait,
I mean, I
body
know for,
type.
yeah, I know for a fact that little James would love to paint some minis.
That's fair. And your body type is we're all
My
attached
body
to
type
little
is
James.
Baby James.
This place
Baby boy
is called
James.
Gygaxia.
Yeah.
All right, we're at 3. So we've pulled from the lair on our personality traits. Anybody else got a physical ability that they can use?
Does their body type of Baby James not count?
Sorry, that's what I meant when I said lair. It's the same in the rules. Lair and body type are the ones.
I can listen to see when Gygax is arriving, so we'll be able to pack up in time.
Hearing aids. The hearing aids have come into play.
I
Oh,
like that.
excellent.
I've been
That
holding them in
doesn't
my back
sound
pocket.
legit to me.
Got him.
All right, so with 4d6, who wants to make the roll? Can we stop?
I have exactly 4d6 here, so I will roll them.
Do it, Sean.
Highest is a 4 with 3 of them.
All that's gonna come out of this game is James is gonna block me on Facebook, so I don't have access to these photos anymore.
Sorry, so Sean, what was your highest? You said you got a 4?
Yeah, I got 3 4s.
3 4s. Nice. All right, so we're all going to decorate some minis, but we must make a compromise in order to succeed. So in order to decorate the minis, here is the compromise team. As we are putting on our layers, and obviously we layer our paints in quite a professional way. I mean, this is Gygaxia. We make amazing minis. We realized shortly before we're finished that the reds are out. We grab the acrylic, we squeeze it, and barely anything is coming out, just a dot of paint. We can make these minis as perfect as we want them to be, but we're going to have to take that red from somewhere.
Soup. We
So
use
I
the
think
soup.
that
I vote for James's blood.
Greg probably bleeds. Oh, good. We're on the same boat.
We've got a vote for soup and a vote for James, the blood of sweet baby James. Let's get a thumbs for.
Eh?
Let's start with soup.
What did
God?
what did
I
we
vote
agree
Gygax is
with?
gonna just show up to a murdered boy in the room.
Just
and
a little
5
bit.
disembodied heads.
Why can't we
floating.
just take it from Craig?
Who's Craig?
Who's Craig?
I'm sorry, I don't know what your name is.
Snarf.
Snarf.
Thank you.
Because I need my blood.
No.
I'm in
So we
favor
do
of
have
taking
three
it from
votes.
Karen.
Wait, what if we dip the paintbrushes in the liquid in the jars? I'm assuming there's liquid in the jars.
Yeah, obviously.
I'm assuming
but
it
it's not
was-
red.
Oh, it's not
We
red.
need red.
Ugh.
It would make an excellent primer, though.
Yeah.
Thank you, Wiggle.
I-
Thank you.
Okay,
I will
carrot.
I will take one for the team, and you can have some of my blood.
I still think we should use the soup. Nobody should bleed.
But,
for-
what-
but then what will we
Fine.
eat? What will we serve to
Giving up my
Gygax?
soup.
We
I
spent
think
our
soup
Blood!
off the table.
No,
I think
wait.
I already took the soup vote, and you only had 2 votes for soup.
Oh.
So now we're looking at the blood of Snarf, the blood of Jimmy, or the blood of Karen, or the blood of baby James.
I mean, James has so much blood, guys.
That's true.
No, no,
We
no.
only
I
need a little
blood
bit.
of-
Yeah, but we
Of
can't
Viridian.
survive without baby James.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, sure we can. Those dwarfs managed it earlier.
I think we should. I think we should use the blood of Viridian, and also whatever Snarf.
No,
thinks they-
Viridian's blood would be green.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Why is your blood green?
Viridian green.
Oh,
Like
okay.
Viridian City.
I don't.
We
Believe,
don't
It
need
was my
green.
favorite
We need fucking
color.
red.
I don't believe you. We're all made of the same flesh.
No, we're not. I'm
Tyler,
different.
told me.
Not me. I'm built different.
Nuh-uh.
Mhm.
We're
Yes,
all
I
the
am.
same.
Maybe
That's
you're
what
the
ties
same
us
as everyone
together.
else.
We
I'm
all have
special.
blood. We should all
James
bleed.
has the
All
most
right, everybody
blood.
on 3, cut your cheek, and we'll see what color our blood is. 1, 2, 3.
We don't
Bite
have
your
any
lip
hands.
really hard. Bite your lip really hard.
Oh, right, we don't have hands to cut our cheeks. Wait, rub your cheek
just-
against the glass very
I
roughly.
throw my face at the glass to get a bloody nose.
James, throat punch Viridian.
I don't have a throat. What?
That's unrelated.
Okay, I'll break this down into 2 votes first. So first vote is Baby James or one of us. Let's get thumbs up if we want to take Baby James's blood.
Thumbs down.
That's only one. Sorry, Craig. So now that we've agreed it should come from one of us, let's get thumbs up on Big Jimmy's blood.
Thumbs up.
Well,
That's
what are the
3.
options first? What are the
So I think the
options?
options right now are
Is this
Viridian,
all
Big
of us?
Jimmy, or Karen.
I can't agree with Viridian. I just can't.
Are we voting for Big Jimmy just now?
I think
or-
it's 4 for Big Jimmy. I think it's not unanimous, but it is.
I respect your choices, Wiggle.
This is good.
Always.
Yeah.
Always.
So,
I want to bash my head against yours. I say out loud.
I just love me. All I want is for you to love me.
You stupid butt.
She loves you. She's just not good at saying it.
You're lying.
So, in that case, we will. I'm not going to require a dice roll. It's pretty easy to make Big Jimmy 493 in the morning bleed.
But how? We're in jars.
You've
You know.
established we have a door.
Oh, I thought that was just a me thing. We all have a
He
jar.
just, like you said, he bites his lip really hard, and then the blood floats to the surface.
Oil and water.
So he does
The best
that, and then
blood.
you all come over with paintbrushes in your mouths, and you dip the paintbrush in the blood, and you can all finish off your miniatures. What did everybody paint? What minis did you make?
I painted
I-
Dionysus.
I painted Wiggle as a single tear.
I didn't paint one.
I painted Gygax.
I painted little baby James's nails.
Instead of painting a mini, I painted a drawing on the table of soup.
Yeah,
It's
and the drawing
impeccably-
is also of soup.
It's impeccable. Like every detail is so specific.
It's like one of those paintings that you look at it from one direction. It looks 3-dimensional.
Yes, to the point that we might accidentally try to eat the table.
So, I think that finishes our compromise. The compromise being that we painted, we decorated, we didn't have the red, we've solved that problem, and time is now up. So, let's go ahead and set the mood here.
Candles! Candles! We forgot candles! I rummage in the cabinet for candles, pulling the entire body away from the entrance.
Wait, but he's here.
But we
Okay.
need
It's
candles!
The hearing devices of the hearing aids of Big Jimmy do let us know that somebody is approaching.
No,
sure
I'm
have
not
one.
reading about the candles. We need to go get the candles. We cannot answer the door without candles.
Quick vote, thumbs up if we need candles.
Thumbs down.
Sorry,
Wait, thumbs
that's
up.
3.
Thumbs down.
Oh,
Oh,
wait, that's
Thumbs
still that's 3 for candles. That's 3 for candles.
Whatever Wiggle wants, Wiggle
I
gets.
had to change my mind where I saw how Craig was voting.
That changed my mind when I saw how you were voting.
Oh, this game's a headache. Candles. All right. So, unfortunately, getting candles. So, I mean, we're still at Joel Mart. Do we want to just head back into the store?
oh! I thought maybe I could just look in the closet.
Okay.
We've got parrots and tuxedos in there, so there's got to be like one old birthday candle at the very
That's
least.
what I was thinking. I was actually thinking about the coattails, and I was like, "There's got to be a candle somewhere if there's coattails in this closet."
We're a fancy lot. Yeah.
I think I'll give it to you. I think no roll or anything needed there. I think we can just go ahead and I'll make the table real big and I'll put a couple of candles on it.
We
Gary
live the
is
high life
waiting.
with little Jimmy.
Here, I'm gonna just draw some soup here. This is a drawing of the soup.
The drawing of the drawing of the
The
soup.
drawing of the drawing of the soup.
It's slightly
Gorgeous.
different, but very similar.
It's a work of art. If the world weren't
So-
anything, I would submit this table to a museum.
As the door opens, you guys do see him. Big, giant, bushy beard and all. And also, horned helmet?
Where's his body?
Could it be?
The Viking dwarves are back. For
Where
revenge.
is Gary Gygax's body? It can't be!
I love this game.
Coming into the door, behind Gary Gygax comes his 4 friends. And there is Dave Arneson and all the other old gods of D&D.
Oh, the white dudes.
All the old
no,
white dudes who
the
invented
white
the game.
men!
What a lovely surprise!
Oh, that got me. Oh, wait, was that sarcasm or was that a Karen joke?
Both.
Karens. Can't live with them. Can't hit him
Last
over the head with a rock.
Maybe you can't.
And there is the 5-headed beast
Of TSR.
of TSR.
Peter Gax. Gaxamat?
And you realize, as TSR Amat or Gaxamat, whatever you want to call them, as they come through the doors, that it is indeed. They were not dwarves all along, just short, scrunchy, bearded white men who you mistook as dwarves from across the aisle. And their leader, Gary Gygax, is not happy to see you. As it opens and he steps inside, he realizes, indeed, that soup was the soup he was going to get to bring to this dinner.
Oh, shit!
And he could not bring anything now, making him the bad dinner guest.
Oh, no.
And now that the 5 heads of TSR Amat have no child to restrain them, they are free to take their vengeance.
Go ahead and roll for initiative.
So what about the house?
I need everybody to roll for initiative.
we all felt that impulse. No,
I rolled a 3 on my d6.
That's a 4.
I also rolled a 3.
I'm gonna need to listen to you guys. Our initiative basically is what the team agrees or disagrees on,
I think we go
just like
first.
the supermarket.
I think we wait and see what Gygax does. Wait, I agree with you, Snurf.
I agree
I
with
I think we
Regal.
should go first and wait at the
Yes.
same time.
Yes.
I agree with
We
Snurf.
should go first. And
I do not agree with Snurf.
Our magical cloud palace. They weren't invited. They're crashing our party.
It's true, it's just Gygax. Kill the other heads.
Yes.
Kill the other heads!
Push them off. We live on a cloud castle for a reason.
But they're floating.
Kill them all. Except
Okay, let's get a thumbs up, thumbs down for kill the heads that aren't Gygax.
Thumbs up.
That sounds fair.
That's unanimous. Yeah, nicely done. All right, then let's start with that. Let's we're gonna get 1d6 and an extra d6 since we are unanimous on that. And then if we can come up with physical
I am capable.
capable it is. We'll take that. That's 3.
Like, it's just, we live on a cloud palace. Like, can we not just push them off the edge to fall to their death?
Yes, I think that is a
Roll
lair.
advantage.
I think that's a lair
But
advantage.
they're
I-
floating, guys.
I think that
They're
would work if we
floating
weren't
heads.
parked. We are currently parked at Jalmart.
Oh.
Also,
Our cloud is parked at Jalmart, yes.
I'll throw a gear shift right here so we know we're in park.
Can we put this one on Thomas? This group of heads. Oh wait,
You
no,
already
they don't have-
murdered him.
You're right.
There is no child remaining.
It was
Um,
Thomas, but now it is not.
Let's see. What's a trait?
Now it is the trumpled mess.
Thomas
I-
is just a mass of blood and soup. Poor Thomas.
Hmm.
I mean,
I'm a
this,
little concerned
I-
about making another fog cloud after what happened the last time.
this is also our home, right? Like, if we get like home field advantage.
Can we get a
I mean,
lair
if you
action?
if you can argue for why the lair helps you make this roll, then yeah, you can get another d6. Or alternatively, if you don't pick lair, you can pick body type, and you can say we should get another d6 because of,
we have a body, and it
So I was like,
doesn't.
we still have baby James.
We have sweet baby James, and their sweet baby Thomas is dead.
that is a great argument. We still have our baby child.
Yeah,
So
they
that's
don't
4.
have hands to use.
Yeah, we have extra friends. They have none.
Because this was unanimous, we have an opportunity to get to 5. We just need somebody to bring up a physical trait that could help us out here.
Could I
Okay,
argue-
fine. I'll breath bomb them.
They're still looking dumb with their helmets. I've got these fresh shades. So
Could I
clearly
argue
they're
for a
intimidated by
psychological
us.
advantage since we've bested them once already?
Yes, yes. I agree with Big Jimmy.
1, 2,
I
3
like
in the
the
morning.
shades thing. I like the shades thing. We all put on shades.
Yeah, I think I'll go with shades in this case, only because I was looking at the rules and I couldn't find the page on psychological advantage, unfortunately.
Oh no.
So I'll go with the shades. They have stupid
Working on this
Viking helmets. We have cool sunglasses. So that's going to be 5d6. I need each of you to roll 1d6.
4. Wiggle got a 6 because Wiggle is perfect.
Did you also get a 6, Big Jimmy?
I got a 5.
Ah,
Oh, wow.
close. But we do have a 6 on the board. So out of those 5, that is a 6. That is going to be a miracle. A miracle occurs, ladies and gentlemen.
We decimate them in a cute way.
But not Gygax. Leave the Gygax.
Absorb them.
We find out that when we were dreamed up by that strange beholder long ago, we weren't just dreamed up as a strange 5-headed robotic Chippendale little boy group.
We're better than that.
We were also dreamed up with a secret power. A secret power to fire homing missiles out of our jar from a secret compartment. Get the
And they're James shaped.
Our James has eaten the other 4. We have consumed them.
Either way,
Wait, no. James replaces himself.
I hate this.
Each one is a James.
I'm glad you guys are having fun.
My cheeks hurt.
Part of the crew.
I'll go ahead and I'll blow up the other Jameses as our miraculous homing missiles blow
Oh,
it
that's
up.
what the missiles look like. James's face.
The missiles. Oh yeah, that's right. They're James face missiles. Exactly.
Duh.
Of course.
And of course, the James flying the X-wing is the one that fired them.
James, you turned off your carding computer.
Nothing. I'm all right.
And with that, the one lone head of Gary Gygax falls to the ground, and it will roll across the floor and land up right at our table.
One of us. One of us.
Let's spoon feed him soup.
Welcome, Mr. Gygax, to dinner.
I make sure no soup trickles into his luscious beard. I use my tongue to clean around his mouth. I have sweet tongue moves, according to Rose. Wait, what is it? Wait, what's it actually called?
Action.
Sweet tongue action.
Is that like Kung Fu grip?
No idea. Some kind of tongue action. That's what I have.
And we'll take one last roll for today's game, ladies and gentlemen, and that's going to be to determine how well our dinner with Gygax goes. And we're going to start that with 1d6, of course. And if anybody can make an argument for why their physical traits or their personality traits make this an excellent dinner, an above
I mean,
average
it's
dinner.
definitely lair related because we are here with the sole purpose of protecting this soup.
I think I just described why my tongue is making his dinner experience particularly wonderful.
Okay, that's 2. We got Tyler's tongue.
Well, we did decorate the lair.
We did.
But also, like,
That's
it
right.
says
We got
the one of the qualities of the lair is that we're protecting soup.
In fact, we decorated the lair with minis.
yeah.
I think that's a great
Specifically for
point. I'll give you another D6 for decorating the lair with minis.
Well done.
I think we all are in agreement here that we want Gygax to enjoy a meal with us.
Are we? Does anybody here not want Gygax to have a good time?
We invited him. He's our dinner guest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
I think.
That's a unanimous. That's
And
4.
one of my traits is social, so I'm a real good talker.
Sociable.
We're gonna have a
Oh
great
yeah.
conversation.
Mhm.
Dinner over a candlelit dinner of tomato soup and hand-painted miniatures. That's another 5d6. We'll do this one more time. I want all of you to give me 1d6, and we'll take the highest.
I got another 6.
And so
I
did
got
Craig.
4.
5.
Only time I've done good with this game.
And once again,
Criticals!
6 is the 6th 6 we rolled. And so dinner is going to go swimmingly. And Gygax will share stories of the old world before it ends. And as the realm is all pulled into the massive whirlpool that sucks up the rest of the universe, and the Quelmar realm as we know it comes to a shocking end. Everything fails and falls apart. The weave is completely destroyed, and all of the land massive has crumbled and dipped into the central whirlpool. Gygax leads
You
over
guys-
dinner.
You guys, this is the canon end of Quelmar because we decided to playtest Rose's game.
This-
I wouldn't
So is
have
this
it
like
any other
the
way.
end of the
we
PR
did
era?
do so good. Maybe we caused a miracle. Maybe we stopped the end of the world.
No.
Gygax is going to lean over the table as our cloud is floating over the end of the world vortex. And he's going to say, hey, you know, this has been such a great dinner, guys. I would like to do this again sometimes. Is that okay?
You can do it forever. One
Forever.
up.
We have another round.
How are we gonna do this again?
Forever.
How are we going to
Hey,
do
I
that?
hate to break it to you, Gary, but the world's ending.
Oh, yes, this world is ending. But you see, just because this plane of existence is falling apart at the seams, doesn't mean we can't go somewhere else. In fact, I've got some pool over in Greyhawk if you're interested.
Hey,
As long as it's not Dark Sun, Gary.
As long as it's not Dark Sun, indeed. All right, just give me 1 second, and I'll just do this. And he leans down and he presses a few buttons with his tongue in his jar, and rocket boosters appear on the side of his jar. And he says,
Wait, do we get to take little James with us?
Yes.
"Well, I don't see why not. He's been wonderful company as well, and he's a great game master. And you should all definitely enjoy the games that he runs."
You should all definitely
So-
subscribe to the Twitch channel next week.
Everybody subscribe to
Like and
James's
subscribe.
Twitch channel.
But not
And his
today,
YouTube
next
channel.
week.
But, exactly. Not today. Wait until the Amazon boycott's over.
Next week.
So, little James is going to grab onto Gary Gygax's rocket boosters, and the 7 of you will launch off into space. off and away, out of this universe and into another, where you can enjoy the rest of your strange existence, hanging out and having dinner with this with this game master, game designer, game creator, and
Good person.
that's going to go ahead and wrap up the very first playtest of Too Many Heads on this Playtest Tuesday.
Woo!
Fan favorite.
Heroes.
Yes,
Good
Tuesday.
God. Good God. Thanks, guys, for exploring the possibilities of this game with me.
Are you proud of what you made?
Are you proud of what you've done?
Look what you've done.
Because you should be.
I mean, it was supposed to be that chaotic, I think. That was... I apologize.
I think it was great.
I liked
I think it was great.
Yeah, I had a great time.
Had a good time.
I'm glad you guys had fun. Oh, man. All the other encounters would have been so much more catastrophic, I think, than the broken leg.
Yeah, the other options were like fireball or the walls close in. I like this one that says somebody released the nudes you took at the party last year.
Wait,
Little-
which you?
little
Like one of
James.
the heads or baby James?
I hope not the last one.
Good lord.
Yeah,
So yeah,
just
we got
Ay,
broken
ay,
limb.
ay.
Could have been. So, Rose, I hope this has provided some amazing experience for you to go back and look at. And I can
Yeah.
provide you this video too. I can leave it up in a private link if you ever want to go back and watch how it's played.
Yeah. Wow.
But that is Too Many Heads. I think we learned a lot. I think we made some friends along the way.
And some
Certainly
friends.
made some enemies along the way.
Yep.
Sean, I'm
Wow.
sorry that this was your first proper Quelmar game.
I'm not.
I'm not.
Welcome.
This is it.
to the Thunderdome.
It's all downhill from here.
Rachel, we're very happy this was your first stream.
Actually, no. I'm sad that this was my peak.
Look, guys, I love chaos, and this really was that. This was inspired loosely by Tiamat and also a dream I had where multiple souls were trying to make a decision together, and it was really interesting and hilarious in my dream. So
That's
I was
excellent.
like, what happens if all these heads are on one body and they have to make it through life, you know? It's hard out there for a head.
It's hard to get ahead in life.
I will say
All
we
right,
could
Sean,
have
that's
done.
your last game you'll be playing in
I
Quelmar.
was gonna say we could have done with more head puns. I think.
Yeah, definitely, Rose. If you could just write in like a mechanic, you make a head pun, you automatically succeed.
You win something. Yeah.
You win.
You get
Yeah.
to win the game.
Do you think?
But I think as a
death
first
mechanic-
draft, something that you've just wrote up, I think this gave so much. There was already so much to play with that it's in great starting shape, and I can't wait to see where it goes from here. A death mechanic, maybe. A lot of these one-page RPGs don't typically have death mechanics, right?
No.
So
I think a death
personally,
mechanic.
I would say no, only because these lighthearted one-page indie RPGs, you want everybody to be engaged as often as possible, and death mechanics tend to pull people out of engagement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the fun things I liked about this game was that nobody could leave and do their own thing.
I think a death mechanic
This is
similar
funny.
to paranoia, where you're immediately replaced by a different head. But you
Oh,
have to
you
pick
have
a
to
different
roll up a
personality
new
trait
head?
That'd be
for.
good.
Yeah,
That'd be good.
Mm.
Oh, I like that.
It's like your creature reproduces by budding, right? You chop off one head and a new one pops out.
I want failure to be more possible. But also, I don't know.
I will say it was very easy for us to always end up with 5d6. when we
Mhm.
wanted to succeed at something, and all of us were doing it unanimously.
But I
And
mean, I
maybe
think
that was
that's-
just James letting us justify, like, very
I mean,
easily.
when your trait is capable, it's hard to argue against that. I am capable. I mean, you are, sure. I guess that's, yeah.
But maybe you should be able to like subtract d6 if some of the heads. Well, no, I guess unanimous is already an addition. Never mind.
But maybe it's like -1d6 per head that doesn't agree.
Yeah, or like something like that.
That might be interesting.
If you're looking for a way to increase failure, yeah.
I think pairing. I think Sean's onto something. I think pairing dice with heads is a really good way to go because it tends to max out at 5 dice, and then you told me before that this game was for 5 people. So if it was built around,
Maybe it's just like 1 dice per head.
so that if each individual person can come up with something, they can throw their die in the pile. So Tyler could pick a personality trait, but then nobody else could pick a personality trait.
Right.
I think that's kind of how it works right now. But if you
Yeah.
hard code it so that each person gets one thing they can add in a different category, that might promote critical thinking and diversifying what people want to say. I mean, like Tyler couldn't pick capable if somebody else had a better trait from their sheet that they picked instead.
Yeah, I think initially I was thinking that people would be making actions just like one person be like, I choose that the body's going to do this.
I thought going into this it would be like that too, but it turned out when everybody's the same body, it tends to be a group action every time an action is taken.
Yeah.
I think it would have been more that if we didn't have to ask the body to go do the thing.
That's
Yeah.
probably true.
We shoestrung ourselves there.
Right, because we could have just been disembodied heads.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was an
Or-
option.
Or all
like
controlling
we could
one
have
body.
had control of the body. Like
Right.
I just do that, you know? And if people don't want me to, then that's like when
Like the
Things
twins
go
in
wrong.
American Horror Story.
yeah.
So this game isn't going out live anywhere yet, is it? You're still working on this, workshopping
Yeah,
this?
definitely. Where would it even go?
Twitter.
I don't know, Twitter
Oh.
or Itch
Twitter.
or something.
Oh no.
Um,
Project.
So yeah, so unfortunately for you at home, this game is not going out anywhere yet. You won't be able to play it yet, but
Yet.
Or
in the
fortunately,
near future-
depending on the...
I have faith in this. I think just coming out of a very early draft, if we had this much fun, there's some promise in this idea. So hopefully, fingers crossed that this you do find somewhere that you're happy with it and you can put it out there.
No, I mean, I think like, what do you feel about the adventure structure, James?
I think the adventure structure, I think what you've got right now, pretty much works out. I mean, as you might have noticed, I skipped the second step, so
Because there already was something.
because there already was something, right? So Rose has this setup where there's basically a deadline, but not necessarily a deadline, just like something crazy that's bearing down on us, which is the end of the world in our case. But it could have been a bounty hunter with a license to kill, or the wrath of a scorned lover,
Or taxes.
Yeah.
Taxes
Something
and
very
moral.
young. I think that's great, and I think those things help sort of put the game up against a wall that you want it to be in order to be a one-shot system.
Yeah.
So I think the adventuring stuff, if you're asking my opinion, is in a good place right now.
And the
I think that honestly needs the least amount of reworking, just maybe different ideas or toy around with what you got.
Okay. And the encounter, aside from that, it said lol instead of lol. Lol.
I don't know. I mean, all I did was roll the broken limb and play the broken limb, so I can't say much to the others.
Yeah.
I will say that this is I think we've all learned that a 5-headed monster can be a very unique and very strange thing. So some of these may not have wound up applicable, right? So like delicious looking food, but it's poisonous. What would have happened if we had actually picked a robot, a 5-headed robot? Then delicious looking food that's poisonous isn't really an obstacle to something that doesn't eat.
Mhm.
Maybe instead of like make the thing apply to the thing, so it would be acidic instead of being poisonous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, Rose also does leave it open-ended. She says you can roll on this table or make your own obstacle up, which is what we did with the grocery store and what we did with making the soup.
And the body.
So I think this is a great encounter table for basically the unimaginative or the lost who are just trying to find something to throw at it to just burn time and stop something. So like the broken limb, that's exactly what it was. It was like, I've got an hour left. I'll grab one of these. And that was useful in that regards. And if we had latched onto something else, like getting dressed, I'm sure we could have found a way to make that the obstacle. So I don't think you should feel too bad about the stuff you've got listed. I think it does its job. It's filler for people who are looking for something to throw in when they don't have something natural to fill in.
Did you guys feel so? I have down traits, more, maybe less traits / make them more specific.
I think
take out ones like capable.
I think there are too many that are almost the same.
Okay.
Like arrogant, narcissistic, and self-centered all seem like they cover similar ground.
And conceited.
Yeah, and conceited. I hadn't even seen that.
Yeah, I just took these from a list of traits and copy pasted them.
Makes sense.
Pompous kind of falls in that territory too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't make them like hyper specific though, or else those are like closer to like ticks, or you know what I mean, unless like fully rounded character traits.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Sean just is saying fewer redundant ones. Like the language itself is fine.
Oh, no,
Like, don't need as many.
I thought that Rose had mentioned like making them more specific.
Yeah, just like have arrogant or conceited or self-centered.
Right.
Or
And maybe like no
Yeah.
like ones that can solve any problem.
Universal problem solvers.
Yeah.
Reliable is another one, like capable. I feel like if I'm reliable, that should help on any task I'm doing. I mean, honestly, the positive personality traits are not as interesting as the negative ones. And I think we pulled from the negative ones just as much as we pulled from the positive ones.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like the positive ones were more for let's justify things that we can do for extra dice, whereas the negative ones like let's do dumb shit.
Yeah, I think the negative ones are fun, and when we pull from them, it's
yeah. I think it's like a good that we have that balance of both.
Do you think I should make it so that you have to take away a dice for if your negative trait would negatively impact the situation?
I think you would just get a lot of people just choosing not to bring it up.
Yeah.
But that's no fun.
And I think that with like the one head, one dice rule, then that might screw that system up.
Yeah. Good point.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the positive personality traits to me feel flavor as opposed to mechanic. Most of them feel like they helped shape how you played your characters and less about how you played the game. Which is important. I mean, if you go back to Honey Heist, I mean, they do something similar where you pick types of bears and stuff that help flavor the characters, but don't necessarily affect the game mechanics.
Right.
And then you have a hat.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a hat.
That's
I think
like
that's what I was thinking
full
about.
on flavor.
That is very important, though.
The hat is very important.
Arguably most important.
So I mean, if you wanted to do something like the hat, the positive personality trait is the closest thing you've got going for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think the physical abilities were all... I think you did something very smart in making them so specific and face-oriented that I feel like they can apply to even us creating such a strange monster. Those physical abilities could still actually wind up being applied to us.
You have that's the only rule. It has to have heads.
Yeah.
It can be literally, but it has to have a head.
So I think those are good, actually. Those are, yeah. Though I guess if something was a swarm, it might not have a rock hard skull. I don't know. There's a lot of edge cases, which is going to happen in such a strange game.
Yeah.
But I mean, just yeah, you've got to. The good news is there's a game master in this system. It's not a GM-less game, which means you have somebody who can make those calls, and that is probably the most important thing in a game where with edge cases like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think
Was
there definitely should be a reward for being belligerent. Because that's the whole point of the game. It's in the pitch.
Okay. But like,
figuring out what that reward is would be
reward?
difficult. Maybe you could change one of your traits. Positive.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
The Monster
First
Hearts
idea I had.
strings kind of comes to mind. Where
Right?
like,
Is it a Monster Hearts mechanic? That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, but those influence dice, and this is already such a low dice system.
Yeah.
Maybe you could
Maybe
make the head fall asleep.
Maybe if you
you're
did
mean
do,
enough to them.
if you did do something like strings, you could have it so that like 6 is just a success, a 7 is a super success by adding one of your strings, sort of thing.
Maybe. Yeah, I think there's a lot of ways you could create a new mechanic or alter the existing mechanics.
Actually, looking at something like the belonging outside belonging token system could be interesting. For those unfamiliar, belonging outside belonging has soft moves where bad things happen to you that give you tokens that you can then spend on hard moves that let you do cool things, basically. So doing something like making a check harder by being belligerent to the rest of the heads could set you up for something cool later.
I'll be back. I have to go feed the cat.
Tulu! Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think this is a longer discussion, honestly.
Yeah.
If you want, Rose, to open up a conversation somewhere on Facebook or Discord or anywhere, I'd love to talk more about the system in length. But I think we can go ahead and wrap up for today now that Rachel's gone. And and let's do a round of plugs. If anybody's got anything plugged to come up,
Friday.
Craig, I know that's true. That's true. This Friday, right?
Friday, it'll be on YouTube because fuck Amazon. So there'll be a similar reroute to if you head to Twitch to watch our first Quelmar one shot, Curse of Strahd one shot. Sorry, it has nothing to do with Strahd, so just know that. But we will be meeting all of our PCs for the very first time this Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern, streaming on the Quelmar YouTubes.
Yes, the actual Quelmar
The actual Quelmar YouTubes because it'll be set up by then. Thanks, YouTube.
Sean and Rose?
There's a new episode of a game called Quest, and it just came out today.
Yeah. I am going to be in a podcast probably in June called Breathing Space Fading Frontiers, which is a sci-fi anthology podcast. I believe they have a Twitter. If you want to follow me, I'm sure I'm going to retweet everything. Follow me at The Crumpet on Twitter. TheCrumpit.
Yeah, I do see Breathing Space Fading Frontiers, an audio science fiction anthology.
Yes, that has some insanely talented people working on it. I'm very hype. I am playing roles in 3 episodes, and it's going to be great.
I will post a link to that in the YouTube chat.
Thank you.
He posted Discord as well. Check that out later.
And Rachel, you got nothing to to plug, do you?
I don't think so.
Go to scrunchyvalley.com. Buy Rachel Scrunchies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Buy my plushie.
Ship them to Scotland and I will.
They're so cute.
I do
Rachel.
ship flow plushies internationally now.
Do you?
Someone from like the UK wanted one or something.
Yeah, me. I want one. But if I checked, it's like, we don't do that. But interesting.
Here it is. Sorry, it took me that long to get to the chat. All right, there it is. And then a game called Quest. Let me pull that up. Love to plug our friends. And great. And Scrunchy Valley. You can also find. Do you have a tweet? You don't have a Twitter. Rachel.
Oh, we're doing a giveaway for a
I'm
game
on
called Quest
Instagram.
right now. I should have talked about.
Oh yeah,
that.
we are.
It's called The Gift of Awkward. And there's a couple different prizes, but one of them is a bag and it has a D20 on it with a natural one and it says roll for awkward.
It's a good
That's
design.
amazing.
Yeah.
So go check out the giveaway. And then when you're done with all of those amazing projects, circle back around next Tuesday. We'll be back on Twitch with Paranoia XP Session 10, the last session of our second act, so to say. So just like when we went into Session 6, there's going to be a big shakeup going into Session 11. So this is going to be the finale of this act. And there's going to be some big
We were all
surprises
sent
coming up.
flashlights, guys. Something crazy is going to happen.
Some of us were sent
It's gonna be fun. In fact,
It's
you can very
gonna be
blurrily
you.
see some of the set I've already designed back here. But you have no idea what that is. 'Cause-
He's been working on it
We'll find out.
all week, guys.
But until then, no matter what comes at you, whether it's a 5-headed jar version of myself as a baby, or if it's Gary Gygax and his squad of strange white old TSR men, you just gotta
keep
Keep
rolling
rolling
the day.
Yes.
Nice.